Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome into today's episode, what are we at? 15 of Dragonlance. Wait, wrong title.
Episodes.
Dragonlance. Shadow of the Dragon Quiz. Shadow Dance. Lancing Dragon. Something to that effect. Shadowlands. This is the World of Warcraft expansion. Shadowlands. Hi, welcome in, everyone. We're going to go around the table and say hello to the wonderful players and members of the world. Before doing so, I'll point out two things. One, Evil Juniper, aka Ellen, which is basically regular Juniper. Let's not kid ourselves. Is currently not here. She's on TV right now. Turn on your TVs if you happen to be somewhere in the world. I'm not sure exactly where. Adelaide? And she's on TV right now, or she was on TV like 5 minutes ago.
She said Channel 9, I think, right?
Channel 9, which is basically, I don't know what channel. I'm not in Australia.
Anywhere you are, whatever country you're in, on Channel 9.
Yeah, it's
Channel
universal.
9.
Whatever country you're in. Go to Channel 9, and then
global.
if you can see Ellen on that channel, let us know what country you're in. And then we'll
Exactly.
know
It
which
might be-
Channel 9 it is.
I mean, they're big in
My
Malaysia.
money is on Australia.
Maybe she's in Malaysia. You don't know. So she'll be joining us a little bit late, and you'll notice that Dreaded GM is away for the time being. They are on vacation or on business trip or some such, but they're in Japan. So have a good time, Dread. I hope your vacation is going kick-ass. All right, but let's pay attention to the people who are here, and let's get them to introduce themselves, the characters, before we jump into episode 15. Let's start with the most important person here, which is obviously AJ. AJ, welcome
Robert
in.
Hartley G. Oh, that's all good.
See, I knew to say so.
I also wasn't expecting it to be me.
Well,
We're going to have words later, Rackham.
Got him.
Hi, hello.
Hi, hello.
I am AJ Winters. I am a professional dungeon master and
Nice.
world builder from Winter's Tales. This is my studio, the first Dungeons and Dragons studio in Australia, which is pretty cool. And we play Dungeons and Dragons on Tuesday nights, and we world build on Wednesdays, which is what we're going to be doing tonight after Dragonlance. If you're keen to see how I build worlds and then use them in our completely homebrew and not really Dungeons and Dragons game on Tuesdays. So I am playing Kari. Kari is a wizard and a twin. I think that's all you need to know.
Perfect. And nobody can pronounce that name, and it's Kari. I can't say it. Never mind. Sorry, Kari. I don't know. I'm killing it.
There you go, you got it.
I got it? Okay, impossible to maintain. Literally impossible. Bottom left of your screen is Zach, so we're going to talk to Rob. Rob, tell us a little bit about yourself and where we can find you in all things Robert Hartley GM. Okay, he's gone.
Did we lose Rob?
We're in. All right. I could tell that you were saying something about me because the other two were laughing, but for some reason, my headphones cut out and I missed the last 40 seconds.
It was pure gold. You just missed it.
It was pure good.
It's good.
Yeah, we'll have to. Somebody clip it for me. I assume you were just throwing it to me. Hi, I'm Robert Hartley GM. I'm a professional dungeon master, full-time TTRPG player and nerd, and I'm all over the internet at Robert Hartley GM doing Dungeons and Dragons related content, or just TTRPG related content in general.
Nice.
Sometimes I branch out. I'm also most well known for my DMing of a comedy group called Viva la Dirt League over on YouTube, Viva la Dirt League DM, and you'll find us there. It's a very fun half-hour episode content, and so nice and easy to binge and catch up on. That's what I'm known for. I don't think I've got anything specific. Oh, no, I do. This Friday, 2 days from now, I'm over on Meeples and Dragons here on Twitch for a Jasper's Game Day charity special. Jasper's Game Day is a charity for mental health awareness and such. And I'll be running a one-shot with a bunch of different cool peoples, 3 people from the D&D community and 3 people who are auction seat winners. But don't fret if you didn't have a chance to win that auction. You can also support Jasper's Game Day with the charity stream by donating during the stream itself towards shenanigans and chaos. For a certain amount, you can give the players an advantage token, or you can give me a disadvantage token. You can give somebody a wild surge, all sorts of things. It's fun. It'll be a lot of shenanigans and a lot of fun. So head over to Meeples and Dragons as well this Friday, New Zealand time.
Thank you.
Tonight I'm playing Lyndon, a wizard and twin of Corey.
So what's awkward about this is I didn't throw it to you, but it's fine. But thank you, welcome, and
deal with it.
and we have Evil Juniper has joined us, as in a real Juniper. There
Real
they
Juniper.
go. Real.
I will close
Yes. And then I need to move everything around because Zoom is the devil.
Evil
Hello.
Juniper.
And
Hello, how are
AJ,
we
if
doing?
you said something, you're muted, so I have no idea what you
Fresh
said, but
from
it looked
her
really
TV appearance.
Look
You
at
should be
you.
fine as soon as
Let's-
Evil Juniper leaves because it's based on the order that it's joined.
Nope.
There you go.
Uh,
Yes.
Move Juniper.
Oh, it worked. AJ is a genius. Nice.
Let's
We'll give
go.
Ellen a chance to
Thank
sort
you
of
very
settle in. Juniper's getting us settled in. So Zach, tell us about where we can find you, and then we'll throw it to Junie last.
You can find me. I'm first of all happy to be back. Missed last session.
Yeah.
But so excited to be Goose again. Honestly, it is letting my ego, and super ego just run, and my id just fucking bull in a china
Just all
shop.
of
you
them.
know?
Don't get me started on the id.
He started on the id. Can I get enough of the id? I am a person on the internet. You can find me at Zach Speaks Giant. I am an unprofessional DM.
Unprofessional.
I share silly thoughts and very silly stories about D&D on my YouTube channel, which you can find, Zach Speaks Giant. I have a podcast, I Speak Giant. I have a Twitch channel, which is also called Zach Speaks Giant. Probably should have done that in a different order, so it sounded better.
You speak giant. They speak giant.
You speak giant,
He's
we
just gone
speak
all through
giant.
all of the pronouns.
We
Yeah.
Noose,
We speak giant.
Noose Soms.
Hoomst speaks giant.
He's gone the whole way just conjugating
Yeah.
versions
And
of
just
to
like-
speak
Yeah.
giant.
And just like Mr. Beast, it's translated into every possible language. So
Yeah.
we have the German.
Slowly, I will
Yeah.
teach you actually how to speak
Palermo.
giant.
Very good.
We'll
Very
have
definitely.
we'll start a podcast where we review your content called They Speak Giant.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I
They
would love
spoke
that.
giant, and we got to go
They
through the
spoke
tenses
giant.
as well.
And then I'm playing Goose. He's a scallywag, and apparently he got beaten unconscious last session. Very excited for him.
All right, cool. He kind of had it coming. To be fair, it just sort of happened. And
He
last
had
but
it
not
coming.
least, certainly, Ellen, you were just on TV. How does it feel to be back with us, plebes? Now that you're world famous, not only in
It
Malaysia
feels
but also
very
on
good.
Channel 9. Where's Channel 9? What Channel 9? We couldn't tell
It's
people.
Australian. It's Australian.
They only have
The
okay,
9th channel.
Nailed it. Called it.
but is it the same across the
Yeah.
country? Is
To be
Channel
fair,
9
I think
the
we
same?
only have 3 channels. They don't start. They don't start at
Channel
1, 2,
6,
3.
Channel 9.
No, it's 7, 9,
7, 9, and 10.
whatever ABC is.
Nice.
I'm on the one that Auntie Donna I'm not on.
So the way that you count in Australia is 7, 9, ABC.
Yeah,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
explains a
All of
lot.
your
Yeah.
funder, you know, because it gets your numbers and your phonetics done in one really neat little package.
Easy as
Yeah.
ABC.
That's it.
Easy as 7, 9.
8, ABC. No, it feels really, really good to be back. I was so sad I couldn't be here last week because I was doing Big Crit Energy, which is a really awesome queer D&D night at My Lover Cindy's, which is the best queer bar in Adelaide, and I will fight you. And yeah, sorry I was late, everyone.
I'll fight
I
you
was just
too. No,
promoting-
they're a terrible bar. There you go. They're the second best bar in
I
town.
was going to go down a different
once I have
angle
the
and
money
said,
to fly
aren't they
over
the
Rackham?
only queer bar in Adelaide? It's such a small city.
No, but I'll get a lot of flack if I say the other one's shit, even though I think it is. Anyway,
shots
yeah,
called.
no, and I was late because I was promoting my children's theatre piece called Claire Della and the Moon, which will be not premiering. It premiered in 2020, but we've brought it back for the Dream Big Festival, which is the
Nice.
South Australian festival for children's theatre.
Premiering.
We're premiering. Which feels awful to say. And for TTRPG stuff, you can find me at Roll to Cast, ROLE, any winning variety TTRPG podcast. And the finale to our Starfinder season just dropped. So if you like Starfinder, yeah, you can binge the whole season now. It's really, really awesome. Got
You should
good
pick it up.
Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. So yeah, check that out.
Nice.
I'm playing Juniper, who,
Yeah.
what is it? I don't have friends. I have family.
That nailed it. do I still have the clip? I think I still have the clip.
Oh
Hang on.
my
It's like you weren't even missing.
What do I
Also,
still have?
Ellie,
Right.
I love the hair color, by the way.
No, I
The
don't.
Oh,
white
thank you.
blonde
It's-
is stunning.
It's for the play. I do have my Juniper wig, but obviously I was in a bit of a rush, so I
Right.
Do people want the wig? Let me know in chat.
Yes.
Don't forget
It's
to
all right,
smash
I'll
that
just
subscribe button.
Yeah,
and
And you can
100
just
bits and I'll
transpose
put on the
her
wig.
face.
Yeah. Subscribe to GM Workshop if you want to see the wig.
on Ellen has
Yeah.
nothing to... Anyway, it's fine.
Yeah,
Um,
if we can,
And
if
we'll
we
put
can,
the wig on rack.
if we can get a hype train going,
Wait,
I will
what?
send this wig to Canada.
It's okay. I've got important wigs right here. For reasons unrelated to anything. No. Thanks, guys, gals, non-binary pals, for joining us. And Dread, if Jed would hear, they would tell you, I'm the Dreaded GM. You can find me everywhere on the internet as the Dreaded GM. I play Oleander. I'm super awesome. We just started a the Orient Express. I
Murder
forget
on
the
the
full
Orient Express.
Murder on the Orient Express. A Call of
Yes.
Cthulhu game over on Dreaded
I
GM.
believe it's terror, isn't it? Or horror?
It might be murdering horrors,
Horror.
terrifying horrors of
Horror.
murderers.
Horror.
On the Murder Express, on the
It's
Orient.
horror.
On the murder
Aha.
Express.
Sorry, I
Um,
feel
On
like
the
I
Murder
should say
Express.
because a fellow Rolltacast is on it, and I feel bad if
Perfect. And they're running that. They're on a hiatus right now because they're, like we said, in Japan. But check them out, and you can see all the links in chat right now. Feel free to follow every one of these wonderful ass people. Do it. As for me,
we are wonderful ass people. Like, just so you get the
Yeah, yeah.
delineation.
Goose definitely is.
Yeah.
definitely. He's
Whole
big-
ass people.
Whole ass people.
ass.
I'm Rackham here, the GM Workshop. Latest news here. We've been doing a new Monday night stream, which has proven to be fun. I'll give you a very high level recap. They just fought Ryu, Guylan, and Bison in D&D. And wig bits. You got hit by the wig bits by Mandy. So you got to do it now.
Nice.
Shit! All right.
That's it.
Big bits.
That's because if we get a hype train, it's going to Canada. That's
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 what
what
it
about.
Jeez.
Which
and-
a hype train is pretty simple to do. So,
Yeah, it's
Ellen,
real.
you're gonna
That's like
start
$3.
real quick.
The last thing I'll say is I'm starting a second evening stream. Evening is in North America evening on Wednesdays. And the plan is to, if you guys know, I'm gonna pitch it right here. I think I found 2 players so far, but it's going to be a short-term series of about 10-ish episodes to sort of kick off a brand new series. So if you know, chat, if you have a favorite content creator that isn't sleeping at the time that'd be interested in playing, reach out, let me know. And it'll be a fun little time in a homebrew world. We don't have
Wix plane ticket.
bids for the Wix plane ticket. Is
Oh
the
no,
alert that
this
just played.
sucks because shipping is so expensive.
Yeah, but,
Uh-huh.
you know, if you end up having to
This is
do it,
gonna
I'll
suck.
I'll cover the shipping. All right, it's fine. I do it all the
Well, you
time.
could just
but I
order a
said
new
it.
wig.
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
we can just
Amazon.
order
Send it
new wig.
direct
Oh.
to Rockham.
Yeah, and then we could
don't
be
tell the fans that.
we
No,
could be
it's-
wig
it's
bros.
the
We could be
original
wig
wig.
bros.
So when you said you'd do it for like 100 bits, I was like, I don't know if Ellie, who is the only non-Twitch streamer here, knows how much a bit is because they're like a cent. It's
1
100
bit
bits
is
is $1.
goes to $2, right? 1 bit is $2. No. Oh God.
It's
Oh
one-
God, I've
Operating
made a
on-
huge mistake.
It's 1 banana, Michael. How many?
How much
bits
get-
could it be?
$10.
1 bit.
With that,
Sweet,
we're
right?
gonna go to the trailer. I've completely lost my train of thought. Now I'm just thinking wigs and bananas. This is a weird combination.
Harabed also says matching wigs for everyone. And I won't need one because I
Yeah,
that's
already
true.
have the heckle.
I still want you to
Perfect.
have one though. I want
Yeah.
you to get
I
a wig that is
actually- I do
perfect,
think-
perfect example of your own hair.
I do think, and I'm
Put
going
it on
to
over the
set
top of your head.
that sounds mean. I'm going to set a higher goal, so that Rob and I can buy blonde wigs for the twins.
Mm.
Oh my
Blonde
gosh, then
matching
you
wigs for
guys
the
will
twins.
have my
Yeah.
hair. Because I'll
Yeah.
have AJ's hair. You
And we'll just
two
swap
have my
hair.
We'll
Okay.
just swap
And then
hair.
we need Rackham to get a wig of Zach's hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
now that we are
And then
we're
Dread
good.
needs a wig made of dreads.
Thank you for the hype train. That's great. So we're gonna jump into the. We're gonna jump. It did it. You teleported the wig. How damn technology, AI.
I hope that somebody tunes in for the first time now and just thinks you have the worst toupee. And it's like, and just in the chat just being like, I don't know if anybody's told him, but nobody's mentioning it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. This is my natural hair, obviously. Wow. All right, with this, before it gets into any more chaos, let's jump to the trailer. We'll be right back. We'll do a recap, and then we'll get to the action, to the TPK really quick today, and then we'll start a new campaign. All right, guys, we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
It has been 300 years since the gods punished the world of Kryn. They shifted continents, sundered nations, consumed empires. 300 years since the gods departed, ushering in the time of darkness. Yet nothing is eternal. The world begins to heal. Fragile nations rebuild, tentative alliances reforge. But in the shadows to the east, the drums of war sound. Will darkness consume the land, or will heroes stand in its way? Welcome to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen.
I'd say.
And we're back. That was super fast. Well done. Woo! We're making faces again.
Ellen got back. Zach didn't.
Oh, yeah. Zach. Oh, no. He went. Guys, Zach went to poop.
It's okay.
It's okay. He's
Zach
allowed.
Zach is pooping. Zach is pooping.
I bet he doesn't even wash his hands, dude. Gross.
Everyone in chat. Yeah, I'm lucky I've also got.
Show us your hand. Did you wash them at least? Come on. What?
What? No.
Oh, no.
No, oh,
That's
nice.
how people get polio, Zach.
I just clean at the start of the day, and then it's fine.
Yeah, poopy water will give you, drinking poopy water will give you polio. And fun fact.
This is definitely how I thought the stream should start today.
It's going to start.
Yeah. Was it nice not having me?
Not at all. I hated it.
We were sitting here to jump into the story.
That is untrue. That is untrue. Last week was also chaos.
Last time we played. There we go. Let's usher the Chaos Monkeys in. The party, the family of Hartmans, had recently departed Calaman on a mission from Cassandra, looking for the home of an inventor. She was looking for a particular thing from them, and the party took it upon themselves to travel across Nightland, the dangerous areas, the wasteland, not exactly wasteland, but largely abandoned places, left to the darkness, the monsters, the dangers of the night. And along the way, they stumbled upon an old, burned-down, seemingly church. Approaching the derelict ruins, fancy word, derelict there, they stumbled upon a number of bandits leaving the area and discovered a secret. A number of tomes and books that were taken by monstrous draconians. And I'm doing this... You know this wig is incredibly itchy. I just...
Suck
Okay.
it up.
I'm not used to having hair up here anymore, and so this is very...
someone who wears a lot of wigs, all I
yeah.
can say is, why don't you drink a cup of cement about it?
I will. I will.
Up.
Time the fuck up.
I'll man the fuck up. And so they cleansed the area, destroyed the draconians, let the bandits, the one leader that remained, send him off to Calaman to report on what they had found. And after some research, Kari, had managed to assemble some. Got it the first time. Had managed to assemble it.
No.
Yeah, he said Corey, which rhymes with sorry.
The second time.
No.
The second.
No. Consistency. You said it rhymes with sorry.
Corey. Yeah, it does.
Oh my
with the
God.
American
And he said Corey. He said Corey.
But it's fine.
And then he corrected himself and said Corey.
Okay.
This is bringing me right back to
This is good.
drama school flashbacks.
This is good. If we were
back
to
to my parents' divorce.
Yeah. Well, inconvenient of them to do it during drama school, but
Always arguing about how to pronounce their names.
It's Ben. How hard can it be? Bayun? I don't know, man. This is terrible. I don't know how to say it. So they Kari managed to put the pieces together and discovered that there was a map that it pointed to some ancient floating city, a graveyard of dragons, just a madness, maybe a theory, maybe a legend, maybe it's an allegory for the whole thing or a metaphor. Anyhow, pushing on from their time there, they advanced and arrived at the workshop. Not my workshop, but this workshop. And here they saw a tower made of various gears, gizmos, pipes, and it was being assaulted by malignity, which is, I love that, like a gaggle of goblins, but it's a malignity of goblins, under the control of a hobgoblin. They quickly laid to waste the invaders, put them to sleep and chased them off or just simply killed them. They managed to keep the hobgoblin leader alive by putting them to sleep, and at the tail end of it, for unknown reasons, the trapper, who had been stalking Ollie, has finally managed to pinpoint him after repeated uses of his mask, grabbed him, and pulled him into the dream realm. And that is where we pick up with the party here surrounding the building. And they had noticed one last detail, that the inventor who lives here recognized them. Good old Jacoby, whose PTSD was triggered by seeing all of them, and Kari was rather, I want to say upset, and had walked up to the door, ignoring all the dangers, ignoring all the goblins, started banging on the door, demanding to be let in, and that's where we left it off, and that is where we'll pick up today with Ollie suddenly disappearing, one of the twins at the door just banging to let them in, and yes, Goose, you were pretty low on life. I don't think you were knocked out, but I believe you had been hit a couple times. But at this moment, in this fight...
my character sheet says I have 26 HP, so let's just go with that.
You're fine. You're absolutely fine. It was...
Did Goose see Ollie disappear?
Yes.
Because I know that the rest of us didn't.
Goose was immediately beside
Only
it.
Goose.
And in fact, I'll switch the... Oh, this is going to be the wrong... Is it good? Is it still working? Yes, it's in the right place. So Goose was right there. Ollie was immediately beside him. They were both facing the same creature, the raging goblin, if you remember. And Ollie was putting up a fight as a bear, and that's when the trapper came from behind, grabbed him, and pulled him into the portal.
Did it look like they opened up a portal and then they stepped through?
That is correct. And
so is this raging goblin still an issue?
No, because Ollie managed to grab him and yeet him down the hill, and through various sounds and screams that were just basically saying, "Oh no, I'm fine," and then they went silent because he was no longer fine.
Yeah.
Did he say,
slaughtered that goblin.
"Oh no, I'm a day off retirement"?
There was another goblin who spoke fondly of his family, but it just didn't work out for him. It's like, I can't wait to get back to my family, and then he died.
We heard him slowly climbing back up the cliff, and he's like, almost there, and then he slipped again.
Oh, no, my mistake.
I think chat can tell us, or one of the other players, or Rackham can tell us, but I think that was Ollie's first kill. That wasn't...
Didn't we all kill someone? No, we didn't.
No, we were
Ollie's scared.
His got away.
At the Battle of High Hill, he scared somebody off, and since then he's been busy rescuing people. I think you're right. I don't think that he killed anyone till... yeah, I think you're correct.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then he got captured, so...
Wow.
I mean, Ollie could deal with the thoughts of that later.
The battlefield right now... The battlefield is silent, save for the occasional whir and gizmo that Jacoby has been throwing. You can see pots and pans literally coming to life. A robotic chicken that is just pooping a number of robotic eggs, sort of clucking around. It seems that Jacoby has thrown the kitchen and the sink, and both of them have come to life to decide to fight against the invaders. The goblins are all decimated. The only thing... a couple of them are still sleeping. And the hobgoblin leader himself is also asleep after Lyndon's magical shenanigans. The battlefield is yours.
Goose is going to walk up to the place that Ollie disappeared. He's kind of going to wave his hand. He's going to be like, gang? Lyndon, Corey?
Open this door right now!
1 second, I have to interrogate a hobgoblin.
Yeah, we might... Ollie's gone?
What?
I've got the hobgoblin in my hands.
Gone.
Okay, Lyndon, don't let go of the goblin.
Like run away, or where did it go?
No, like got pulled through a portal.
Off the cliff? What?
Nope.
Let him finish, Lyndon.
No, let's do charades for 5 minutes. Big hulking figure came out, grabbed him, pulled him through a portal. He's gone.
Human figure? Humanoid? Two-legged?
Yeah, like 2 legs, 2 arms, yeah.
Dark robes, what facial features? Do you see anything about this?
You know what? Give me a perception check because you weren't here last week, so let me know what you actually saw.
Yeah, we're hounding Zach for exposition for a session he wasn't here.
Yeah, perception check has to be high enough to see back in time a week to a session that you missed.
Easily done.
9 good enough for that?
You rolled a 9?
Yeah.
The only thing that you would have noticed, so it was a humanoid figure. It was wearing armor. Point of detail, actually, interesting, is that the armor that it was wearing, because you were up close.
Hello, my name is...
It said, my name is Inigo Montoya.
Ask me about...
I'll give you this, and you need to roll a 15 or better, but roll a history check.
Is he a strong suit?
Because this... yeah.
Apparently, I got a 17.
I was gonna say, I was gonna ask. Oh shit! I was gonna ask if we could help otherwise, because we went to our farm.
With this, the armor that this individual, this creature, that it looked like plate armor, and it looks. You've seen it. You've seen something very similar. The armor that Garrett has been given, or the armor that Becklin wore on formal occasions, looked very similar. This is just an older styled armor that is very similar. This is plate that this creature was wearing of the Salamnic Knights.
Right. That's not great.
Right, what? I asked you what he looks like. You just kind of went to a reverie for a second.
What did you say? What?
Right. Okay,
yes,
just
no,
any detail you can remember, Goose.
Don't remember anything, unfortunately.
Nothing at all.
Solemnic Knight armor. That's all I really got. I couldn't really see through the portal. But he came out of one.
Rackham, do I know
Can we
anything?
stop yelling across the... Just come over to where we are.
Rackham, do I know anything about...
I can't hear you from over there. You should come over to where I am.
Do I know anything about the Trapper from Ollie talking about him in the past?
Okay, so...
Would I recognize the description at all?
The Knights of Salamnia, you know what they are. They're the sort of the knights, right?
Yeah.
The once upon a time, like, super high order. Things didn't go very well. Now they're kind of shunned and looked down as, like, outdated, fuddy-duddy people that sort of, like, cling onto these tenets that have nothing to do with reality anymore. The detail that Goose picked up on, I mean, make a... let's just raw dog intelligence this, please.
Raw dog the intelligence.
Is this just Lyndon?
19.
This will be... Are you proficient in... If you're proficient in history, Junie, then you can give me a roll. No, okay. So you got a 19.
Can I make mine a history?
No, I'm making it just to see if you can connect the people. You got 19?
Mine is a 19 intelligence, yeah.
Perfect. So with this ancient armor, like, or when Goose mentioned this, the pieces that you can put together is that, well, if this creature is not living, or at least not of this world, or at least no longer of this world, you don't know any living creatures that could do what this thing could do. 1, 2, there was a calamity or a cataclysm some hundreds of years ago. Is this entity something that dates back to that time? And how could it possibly relate to your family? And the only thing that can make sense is the elven side of your family.
Ollie has mentioned Trapper before in our past to us, like back on the farm and stuff, right?
Yeah. Yes.
What
and also
would he have said about them? Would he have said anything about this Trapper creature being in Slumnik armor back then or not?
You get the sense that the Trapper he mentioned before when you guys were at the farm was just trappers from Vogler.
Okay, cool.
They were
I don't put that together.
No.
I think it's something to do with the wizards, maybe. All right. Well, that's not exactly a good thing. But we can find them. If they've come for, you saw this thing come out? Did it look around and then grab whoever was closest, or did it look like it was coming for Ollie?
I didn't get a great look, but it seemed to, like, it opened right on him, and then it grabbed him and pulled him.
So it was coming for Ollie, I imagine. So either it's something to do with Jackalby, so we can go and talk to him about if it's one of his defenses, perhaps, or it's something else, and we're going to have to decipher what it was.
Or it's because Ollie openly healed people.
This guy's going to be this guy's going to be asleep for another 10 seconds or so. So I'm going to interrogate this guy now. Okay. And go to my hobgoblin.
So there are goblins that are also asleep.
Yeah, is there nothing that you can do about portals? You can't trace where one went, or
not easily. Not this long after one's been closed now. I can research something about it. Don't freak out, Junie. What's happened has happened. Freaking out's not going to change things. What is going to change is that the goblins are going to start waking up as well. So either deal with them or deal with them.
Fine, I'll march over to
So,
a goblin and they're pretty small, right? I'll grab one.
Yeah, there's the hobgoblin, and there are two sleeping goblins, I want to say. This guy's alive. I'm just double check. 3 sleeping goblins that are deeply asleep. One's immediately beside you. One's behind you, Goose. And you can still hear knocking on the door from Kari right there, going, calling for Jackalby. And from inside the building, as you guys are talking, you can hear footsteps, like heavy footsteps, and things clanging and breaking as he slowly, like you could literally track him through the tower as he's slowly making his way down just by the amount of clanging. Right, I shite. No, I said no, stop. And he's just like angrily yelling at his equipment inside the house as he's making his way down. What do you want to do with the goblins? I'll ask you. While they're asleep, they're easily squished. They're not bound in any way, shape, or form right now. They're just deeply asleep. And they're like little puppies that are dreaming. They're kicking their legs.
Puppies.
So were they just were they just attacking Jackalby's thing?
Yes, they were attacking the tower.
They were sieging his tower, trying to get inside for reasons we don't yet know.
Okay, I will shake one.
Okay.
Like I want to hold one literally up and just shake it.
All right.
More goblins than you can shake a goblin at.
And I can shake a lot of hobgoblins.
Goose, what do you want to do? Do you want to? Are we squishing any one of them, or are we capturing one of them? Like,
you just like you just like brush something off like an edge, just like
Goose, Lyndon, grab the other ones.
Oh, he's asleep.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
I've got the hobgoblin.
Goose, can you grab the other one? Make sure they don't get away.
I'll grab the other 2, one in each arm. Like I'm got them in a headlock.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, I'm put you here.
I'll just keep shaking one.
All right, cool. So we've got 3 people dealing with. All right, so let's start then with the Lyndon. The hobgoblin is deep asleep, and as you walk up to it, it's clutching its sword against its chest, like I don't know, like a comforting blanket, and it's so you can hear it.
Trying to humanize the enemy, reckon.
Listen, they're sleeping.
Right. I'm gonna take that sword off of him first.
Okay. Yeah.
Give it to my mage hand, and then start flying that back away from us while I wake this guy up with my hand in the back of his hair, pulling his scalp down to the ground.
Okay. He awakens looking up, and for a moment, as he's lying down and you're looking down at him, he's like, he misreads the situation for a second. Like he pulls back away from you. You're not gonna kiss me, are you?
You speak common?
I do.
Seems like it. What were you doing here? Tell me quickly, and I might make your death quick. But be a pain in the ass, and I'll make it hurt.
Wait, say that again.
Tell me quickly what you were doing here, and I will kill you quickly. You muck me around, I will make it hurt.
I don't want to die quickly.
You would prefer to die in torture?
No, which one doesn't kill me?
It's not a very enticing offer.
Tell me
Can't we just
honestly.
let them go?
It depends if I like your answer or not. What were you doing here?
All right, quickly. He thinks for a moment. You watch he catches his breath. We were sent here by the army to find new people and new technology.
The army of the dragon folk?
Yes.
Huh. Why are you working for them?
Because they pay really well, and because I get to boss people around.
Alright. That's the only reason? You're doing it for money and for the prestige of being a commander?
Why do people do most things? You know, it's really interesting. We could talk about economic forces if you'd like.
Protect their family would be a large driving force. Then they're not threatening you by any means?
Oh!
You're not doing this as a service to your family? No?
No, I mean, they're threatening. Like, if my options are being... there's not a lot of potential employers for me out here, I guess.
Where are they?
Where's who?
The people that sent you.
Oh! Wait. Are you gonna kill me if I tell you?
I might kill you if you don't.
I'll take my chances?
And just tell them. Good.
Make a persuasion roll, please. Or intimidation check.
A bold start by
that's about right.
offering only death and death.
No. Merciful death
death
or torturous death. That's a very big difference. That's about average for my usual rolls. I got a nice strong 4.
Let me fix Age's camera for a second. There
Really
we go.
He
glad
still
you
thinks
didn't
you're
roll
hitting
for
on
it.
him.
As he's looking up at you.
Okay, go
Right. I make a different deal. You let me go, and I'll tell you.
All right. I let go of his hair and I step back.
He stands up, and you watch the other goblins behind him are now
Readying.
coming to life. Goose, in either one of your hands, the goblin kind of... Same with you, Juniper. They just come to life in your hands. Let us go!
I don't think I will. Not until he's answered my brother's question.
What? We know everything. Ask us!
Backtalk gets you
I let
bit.
you go. You're under the deal.
Back to
You're under the deal. I let you go. You tell me.
Just bit
Where
the
are they?
top of its head.
All right, so you hear between them now. They start dropping into goblinoid as they're talking, and does any of you speak goblinoid?
Can I shake one until it keeps speaking common? We need to understand you.
Well, we're not talking. We're not talking about you. This is just how we speak. Don't be so paranoid.
Grab it,
Squeeze.
like yeah,
Just
grab it there so I
squeeze.
can't speak.
So, you get he's arguing, telling them to shut up, and they're like, and so one of them will switch to common as you squeeze him. I'm just telling him I'm going to tell you everything because I want to live.
Oh, right. Oh, sick. Hey, you might get to. How about that?
That's good enough for
Here's
me.
the deal then.
All
Here's
right.
the deal then. The first one to tell us gets to live.
All of them talk over each other. It's a cacophony of goblins and hobgoblins just speaking. Wait, I'll tell you. We've been sent. There was an invention that they had paid the inventor to make, and that we came to collect. But also, they have other things that we wanted to check out. 1 and 2. There's a scouting party. We're supposed to find people and send them there. And the goblin got it out first, the one that you're holding, and by you're squeezing him, sort of like the wind out of him, and as the wind is coming out, he's just telling you as much as he can as fast as he can.
Scouting party.
Yes, west of here. They're the furthest ones in. They've begun building sort of an outpost, and we were supposed to recruit.
How many in number, roughly?
How many is this? And he lifts up a hand, and you watch as he shows you 4 fingers.
4.
Each one of your fingers represents one of the people that sent you? There's
Yes!
only about that many of them?
It's a scouting party,
How far
was it?
west? How far west?
Let me think. 18 miles.
It's very
Maybe the
exact.
impression that he just
How did
made
you
up
know
some number?
18 but not 4?
Yeah, he didn't know 4, but he knows the number 18. So
What?
do I get the impression he's just making up numbers?
He's absolutely making up numbers.
Yeah.
He's just...
How long did it take you? Like, did you have to eat? Did you have to stop and sleep and eat between there and here, or was it just a
Well,
quick walk?
we stop and sleep and eat a lot. So yes, we did that a lot.
A lot. Okay, that's good. Well, unfortunately for you, I said to the hobgoblin, they answered my question first, so I'm a man of my word. And then you see Lyndon's eyes start to have that yellowy kind of reptilian thing appear, like when he saw Cory go down, and a remnant of him going all venomous reptilian at the time was that I took the cantrip poison spray at my next level up when I got a new cantrip. And so I, instead of it coming out of my palm, I think the venomous sort of scales start to spread out from his eyes, and these venomous fangs kind of stick out, and he just sprays poison in the face of the hobgoblin.
Okay.
Lyndon.
You watch as for a moment when your face goes reptilian. There's a sense of awe and wonder on his eyes, on the hobgoblin. He's surprised. Because for the briefest moment, you almost look draconic in nature, but in fact, it's more of a snake than a dragon, but he can't tell the difference. And with the few hit points that he had left, the spray just smacks him in the face. And you... well, it doesn't burn in as much as it just... instantly, he grabs his throat. Falls to the ground, foaming at the mouth, and he is 100% dead.
Okay.
About that time, you have the 2 goblins in your hands and one in Goose's hand.
I've got one.
And they're looking like... Well, we all wanted to tell you, so it's only fair you let us all go, really.
I'm fine with letting you all go, but if I see you heading west, if you go back to that scouting party, I will track you down and I will kill you. You are not to tell that scouting party what happened. You're not to tell them about us. You're not to tell them of our existence. If I see any sign that you went west, I will track each of you down and I will make it hurt.
Which he can do. If you can't notice, he does have magic.
Who's talking to me right now? I don't see anybody. And the other 2 goblins go...
Well
He's
done.
right there. He's threatening us. He's the one with the blonde hair. He says not to say anything. I don't know who is talking. I don't see anything. He's right
Very
there.
good.
Good boy.
So that's the one that's
I
with
would-
you, Juniper.
yeah.
He seems to have put it together. The other 2 are still like, he's literally right
I might
there.
kind
Let
of.
that one go.
I'm still holding his scruff, but I'll put him down on the ground. I do actually need you to say one thing. Jackleby's hut, whatever it is. I don't know what kind of domicile it is, but let's say it's a hut.
Power of sorts.
Sure.
Yeah. It burnt down. Unfortunate.
Oh, it
Another
was
casualty of
terrible.
this war.
The heat. Oh my. The other 2. It's right there too. Something's happened to him. Something. He's not doing well. He must have been hit in the
bonked
head.
their heads together.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very, very unfortunate that
Oh.
the army paid for his inventions, but they were lost to the fire.
What a terrible tragedy. These ideas that are coming to me from nowhere. So good.
Good. I would be remiss if you had to lose your life unnecessarily.
Oh,
But-
what a shame that would be. Oh, is that
Yes.
steel I hear maybe tinkling around?
In your head, perhaps.
It was just my imagination.
I think you're lucky enough to escape with your life. And I might swivel him towards the poisoned face of his friend.
If
He
only my
wasn't
eyes.
lucky enough.
Yes, I'm so lucky. My eyes see things and don't see others. Strange.
Okay.
And
I
just
will
be the rest of the and you two.
release him.
I put these 2 down and I'm like, now you can join your friend if you answer one more question. Did the dragon men that you talked to ever mention any prisoners of theirs? Maybe a big, bloody human looking a little bit like me. Maybe another human. Wizard. Anything like that.
Well, we left a little while ago. It's possible, but they were trying to be sneaky. Their intention was to... Don't tell him. Well, I'm gonna tell him. What do you mean don't tell him? There's
I flicked that one in the ear.
Okay. Ow! This one has
He dies.
With your strength modifier?
That one looks around. So this one's got blonde hair, and this one's got blonde hair, and this one has blonde hair, and this one has red hair. And terrible, all of them. The other one says, well, there's like this old ruin. That's where they were heading, and I think they're meant to be like a vanguard to sort of. Well, I don't exactly know vanguarding for what, but I'm sure that maybe they have prisoners. I'm just a goblin, sir.
All right.
Any prisoners who look like my brother? And I'm going to point to Goose.
No.
Did they talk about any prisoners that they had?
I do a minor illusion of our father.
The goblin that
You ever see
you're
this guy?
the goblin who's talking to you kind of gets a little bit exasperated. Listen, have you ever been to a new job and there's like an intern there and you know what you're doing? Do you ever talk to that intern? I'm the intern. They don't talk to me about what they're doing or what they find.
Right.
I don't have to talk to the intern. The intern can overhear a lot of things. Did you ever see
no one pays
someone
attention to
like
the
this
intern.
around the camp?
No.
Prisoners, nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. So, did you see us today?
Yes, you're very handsome.
I cast Ray of Frost on him.
Okay, he falls to the ground, dead. His body
Turns to the
instant.
other guy. Did you
I
see us today?
How about this, little man? And I hold him up by his scruff. I pull 2 silver coins out of my pocket. I'm like, here's the deal. You can go back and say that you're the only one to survive this terrible ordeal. And then when we come
That guy's
for the rest of the dragons, you're gonna live where everyone else is gonna die for a second time. But how long do you reckon we're gonna take to get there? 2 days, 3 days?
Yeah.
Sorry, just to point out, Goose, we don't want the dragon army to know where we are or who we
That's
are.
why we're gonna go kill. We're gonna kill everyone at the outpost, right?
Well, the
No,
scouts.
we're not.
The scouts. There's 4 of them.
There's 4 of them. We could take them.
I think we should meet with this inventor first.
Yeah. And
If he
then
lets us
tomorrow
in.
night.
Jackal,
or the
hey,
next-
open the goddamn door!
About that time, the door swings open, and you see like a well, you recognize Corey. You see there in front of you Jacoby, who's covered in his apron, and it's splashed with food and mustard and ketchup and other fruit juices and other things on him. He's got a sausage in one hand, and he's got
juices, like
and he's
mustard.
like mustard, exactly. And
Mustard's technically a fruit.
condiments. And he's got a staff in it. He's got a sausage in his left hand, a staff in the other one. He looks like a grandma's has just been interrupted from baking or cooking something. And as he looks to you, right, excuse me, and he sort of walks past you, aiming directly for the goblin that's sitting in front of Juniper that you're talking to. The other goblin that's with you, Goose, did you let him go already? No, the goblin that
one
was
of
with
them got
Juniper is the
iced.
one that we're letting go.
The one is the one that he's the one,
The smarter
who's a
one.
bit of
So
a
he's
thinker.
he's walking to the one that's like that Goose is talking to right now, and he's wildly gesticulating angrily with his sausage at that goblin. He doesn't mean good. He means business to that goblin right now.
All right, let's put away the violent weapons, okay, man? Sausages is for eating, not for doing harm with.
The goblin who's looking to you, 2 silver pieces. 2 days at most, just northwest of here. You keep going, and you can't miss it. It's just, it's an old burned down ruin. It's a tower that I don't know. That's where they went.
Okay, I put the steel pieces in his hand. I'm like, you can get 2 more of these if in 2 nights you come out in the dead of night and meet us in the outskirts.
But I'm not planning on going there.
Yes, you are. You're
I
gonna
am?
go there. You're gonna see where they are, exactly how many of them. Then you're gonna come out second night. Come talk to us. We'll find you. All right.
Make
There's a
a
lot of
intimidation.
instructions for this.
Make an intimidation roll.
I just murdered his friend in front of him, right? Can he do so with advantage?
He can. Sure.
It doesn't
Okay.
seem to have affected them, is the thing.
That is
I think goblins are used to
intimidation
the,
for a
death.
20. A dirty
Mondays,
20.
am I right?
Okay, I mean,
Shut
they
it
just
when I-
saw the rest of their
when
friends
I-
get blown up as well, so this is, what, another day, another dollar. Dirty 20.
I'm also offering him further payment as
Yeah,
well. upon
So
completion.
he looks past you towards Jackalby with a sausage. Past Jackalby, there's another elf-looking person who looks angry at the world. Yeah, okay, yeah, deal, sounds good.
All right.
The
On your bike.
goblin that's beside Juniper goes, wait, can I get 2 steel too?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I will give him 2 steel.
Nope,
Yeah.
no, 2 silver. He sure as hell not giving these fuckers steel.
Well, did you say steel or silver? Because you said silver first, then you said steel.
Well, Goose said
Goose.
steel.
Yeah.
I was going off what he
Because
did.
if you give these, if you give these,
I'm
goddamn
giving this goblin
goblins
steel because we're gonna get it back.
Okay. So as you give the steel to both goblins, Jackalby is looking rather displeased at the situation. They've attacked my house and you're just proposing to let them go?
Yeah,
We've
because
killed
we're gonna.
all the other ones.
We're using them, Jackalby.
We're
They
gonna
have
use
worth
them
to
to
us.
kill the people that actually sent them, so this doesn't happen
These guys are just the tools.
again.
You don't get angry at the hammer that was swung. You get angry at the man who was swinging it, which is the claw in the outscope.
I get
You-
angry at the hammer.
I absolutely get angry at the hammer. If the hammer's not made properly, that's...
You're a moron, Jackalby. That's why. Look,
Okay, all right. Should we stop yelling at each other at the threshold? These goblins, we have dealt with. Your house is safe. My dog is fucking whining.
It sounds like the
I
goblins.
think
if you know what I mean.
you should let us inside now, and we can talk it out like civilized people. And yeah, let's just say that Bowser is a goblin for the sake of diegesis.
Yeah, let's-
I don't want to die.
So
Let's
the,
talk it out. Maybe over some sausages,
the,
or
gob-
maybe some pastries.
the goblins will take
Both
the
like
the
that.
coin,
Just Jackalby.
and while you guys are... They will
Whatever is on
march
offer.
off. If you let them go, the goblins have taken the money, and they will... Both of them take off. And you see as they're walking... One of them is a little bit concerned because Lyndon said, if you head west, I'll kill you. And now the other orders say, head west and we'll find you. So he's not
No,
really
I gave
sure
a
what to
specific
do.
order to one of them.
Yes.
One
The
of
other...
them.
one
The
of
first
them
guy
head
that
east.
took the money and left, he's heading away. Get out of here.
Okay, so the one that
The
Juniper
second guy-
had is taken
There's
off.
3 of them. I murdered one of them. We let one of them go
Yeah,
east,
we have 2.
and the other guy's going back to the camp.
They're separating.
Well, one of them Ray of Frost,
Unless
the
they're
other guy
not, in
got
which case
poisoned, so
we
there's
should
2 of
just
them.
probably kill him.
So one of them is then going to head south, and the other one's going to head west in the direction of the tower. Perfect. The goblins
Yeah.
have split.
Jackalby, I do remember your sausages were divine, so maybe we come in, have some sausages, explain all of this.
Wait. You call me a moron, and then you expect me
Yeah.
to invite you to
You're
my
a very
house?
good. You're a very good chef, though. You may be a moron, but you're a very good chef.
Your,
The food
bro-
is divine. It's to die for.
your brother is
I
a...
think
If
you're
people
very
die for
smart
it.
if it increases my chance of getting a sausage.
I'm really sorry about.
To
all
be
of
fair
this.
as well,
We've not
though
been.
you're a moron, it's only by comparison to me. So
Lyndon, must you please?
What?
Just
he knows I'm joking. He was one of the smartest in his class. His class was full of morons, but he was one of the smartest in his class.
I don't believe we've met. I'm Juniper. Hello. This is the rest of my family.
Good.
Please.
I'm...
Would
This
you
is
let us
Jackalby.
inside?
He...
Friend of mine from school.
Does Jackalby know there's 2 of us?
Jackalby has seen you, and he sees your
Met you
brother.
as a
He doesn't...
Tango dancer.
Jackalby was not part of your inner circle. Only
Yeah.
Eric was, and so with this, as he's looking, he thought you were it, Corey.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know. Like he's kind of looking at him, at you. It doesn't take him long to figure it out just by seeing both of you here. But he's right. All right, just
It's nice to meet you. I think we have things we could discuss, right? Over a sausage, say?
sure. You watch as he presses a button that's hidden by the door of the entrance of his house, and most of the devices that are outside suddenly power down. You see the little contraptions that were whizzing and whirring. Right, come in. I reckon we'll have a talk. Lovely to meet you, Juniper. And what was your name? And he points to you, Goose.
Goose.
Right, is it actually your name?
It's a nickname.
What are you, a cop?
Well,
It's a nickname.
I'm just surprised you're still alive. Around these two, people with names or that look like animals tend to burn up. So I'd be cautious. And with this, and you can hear under his breath as he mutters something about Pipkin. He walks into the house.
Is there like a shrine to Pipkin in the house?
There's different things, and we'll get to that.
You know goddamn well that was not our fault.
I know that. But does Jackalby know that? So he invites you into his home. You can see that there are inventions in. Kari, you're the first one in if you want to be, because you're the one at the door, and he sort of like bowled past you. But he opens the door, kind of looks at you. He's a little bit confused again, looking at you and Lyndon. And as he walks in, you can see that the ground floor is covered in basically, imagine a broken down washing machine with pieces everywhere. That's kind of what the entirety of that floor looks like. However, it is very organized. There's a workbench in the back part of the room. There's a number of tools that are laid out and cleaned. There's a cloth with oil that's beside it to clean the tools with. There's a barrel with water, another barrel with exactly, loincloth. There's a barrel with water. You can smell the vinegar beside it. Just a number of different tools, liquids that he uses to maintain his equipment. And above that, there's a set of stairs that go up. And pipes sort of go in and around almost every facet, every wall. Gears, you can see puddles of oil in certain locations with leaks. And as he's walking by, he's absent-mindedly, so like, you know, he has a wrench that he pulls out from his side and just tightens a screw here or a bolt there, and makes his way up to the second floor, all the way to the top in the observatory. This is...
Did you build all of this yourself?
Right, well, it's my home, so... I did.
It's magnificent.
Very interesting place. You've been hard at work for the last year.
Well,
Did you live here back in the day? Have you always lived here, or have you moved in since school?
No, this is relatively new. You know, grab a seat. Can I get you something to eat? There's no...
Like a sausage, maybe, like a sausage.
Sausage would be
I don't
great.
want... maybe like a couple.
He looks at you. I'm happy to give you sausage. It's not meat. I don't eat meat, but this is just a number of various vegetables processed to look like a sausage.
I mean, if anybody can make that taste nice, it is Jackalby. Jackalby is a fantastic cook.
He looks.
I'll try anything twice.
He looks at you, at both of you now, the twins, and he...
Even dying.
Do you still eat meat?
I do. I didn't lose my appetite that day. I lost a lot of other things, but it was not my fault, Jackalby. Nor was it my sister's fault. It's a pleasure to meet you properly, by the way. My name's Lyndon.
It's not Lilas then.
No.
And you're not Lilas.
Together are Lilas.
Right.
To Juniper?
Person, twice the education.
Fucking kill someone? To Juniper, kill someone. What the fuck?
It appears it's probably not their first time.
Murderers!
We're all murderers.
It was not our fault. Jackalby. You know that. You should know that. We were fighting against Cassandra and her cronies.
I
It was her
can't...
that did it.
Whoever did it, right, at the end of the day, we stood our ground and we fought. And I cannot get the smell or the noises out of my head. Do you remember the next day what they served for food at school?
Yes. Yes, it was rather...
Oh,
Do you know...
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Do you know that...
It was...
I found out because I went to the school and I asked, like, how dare you serve meat, rabbit meat, the day after that happened. It turned out Cassandra had them prepare it as a message to you. Did you know that I got caught in that whole mess between you and her? And what the... I cannot look at meat without feeling sick. And all the work I'd put in that school, 3 weeks later, I couldn't anymore. I had to leave. I haven't seen you lot in a good while. Now you show up at the door of my house. I've gotten away. I've sought out peace, sanctitude, quiet, solitude, all of it.
Made deals with an army of invaders that are seeking to take over the world.
I've made no such
Maybe
deals.
we should eat first.
You've made no such deals? They just told us outside that that's exactly what they did. They paid you to invent something and they were here to collect it. Plus
Well, I had no idea who I was dealing with. When people come to your house, they don't immediately announce, hello, we're big invaders, we're evil. It's just the person that came to pay the fee asked me to do some research for them. And of course, when they came back asking for it, well, we had some words, didn't we? It's a good thing you came.
Yeah, yes it is.
We've all taken jobs, maybe, from less than scrupulous individuals. Let's not cast stones.
Yes. Look, maybe we should... You've wonderfully offered us entrance into your home, and we would love to take you up on a meal. Maybe
And
we should
wine.
sit down.
Let me just move this out of the way. It's bugging me.
I
Don't
bet he's got some.
and push it.
He will sit you down and he will offer you food, like whatever food you want. As long he has fruit, he has veg, he has mushrooms, he has like things that he's made to look a little bit like meat, but he does not serve you any. As far as you can tell, none of it. There's like no bacon. Like there's just no meat. Whatever meat you could think of, there is just none. But he's happy to feed you. Right. Well, what can I help you with? You've come to my house. You have helped me. What is it I can help you with?
What was it? What was it that they had you research? We're actively fighting this invading army, and we need to know information. We need to know what they wanted from you.
I'm to be honest, they gave me, so the first time they came, they took one of my weed whackers. A thing that I used to collect or get rid of the weeds in my garden. I'm not sure why they took it. And he shows you a picture of it. He doesn't have it anymore because they took it. And it looks... Jacoby is kind of a moron. He only sees one facet of things and never the other. And what he appears to show you looks like a death machine. Just a contraption that has a bunch of gears, saws, just devices that would pluck probably weeds and cut down trees, but also could cause great harm and mayhem to somebody.
It's in the shape of a giant dragon.
Yeah, it's just like
I
just thought it was neat.
You honestly don't know why they took this? You can't see that? You can't see why this would have use for an invading army?
Right, but they told me they were farmers and they're getting started, and I thought, right, sure, I'll sell it to you. I didn't know.
Who are the people who appeared on your doorstep? Did they have were they of a particular race?
Hey, they're all human.
Did
They're
they
all
have scars on their
outside.
faces?
Scars here?
They're just
Down here?
just human, just regular. They had coin. They came in. We had a chat. They seemed really nice. I sat them down. We had a good talk, and then they offered to pay for further research. And you watch as he wait. One moment. He grabs the stick that he had. There's a potted plant, or there's dirt beside you, and he walks up with the stick and bonks the plant. And you watch. Within seconds, the plant grows. I'm sorry, and he bonks the plant again a couple more times, and eventually you see as the small sapling, or the small empty bowl, grows a small tiny sapling, and very quickly as he's hitting it over and over again, you watch as a singular lemon grows on it. Right, sorry, just going to make some lemon juice. Right, well, I'm not sure. They wanted to do some research on the runes that I've been working on, and a way to use them to reinforce their farming equipment is what they told me. So that's what I've been working on.
What runes?
Well, listen, I have a lot. I've been doing a lot of research, so understand this, right? Who hates elves more than anyone? It's not a trick
Most
question.
humans.
I found that people that hate elves the most
Orcs.
are elves.
Well,
And who loves elves more than anyone?
Elves.
elves.
That's right, right. So when I tell you that I hate dwarves, that doesn't give you license to be also hating dwarves, all right? But yeah, tier almighty, I hate dwarves, right? We're the worst. We're absolutely the worst.
Damn dwarves. They ruined dwarves for dwarves.
We're just like...
Sounds like you dwarves are a contentious bunch. You just made an enemy for life.
Made an enemy of life.
We're such traditionalists, right? Like, if you ask any dwarf, we've done everything perfect for 3,000 years, so why innovate? Why change anything? Just do it exactly the same way.
Yes.
It's tedious, right? Like, it's impossible to do anything.
Right.
Now, I'll tell you this. Dwarves claim we're romantics in a way, that we've invented runesmithing. It wasn't us.
I mean, the giants probably invented
Right,
it. and
that's the...
giants probably
Well, how dare
contributed
you? No,
from
dwarves
previous
invented
stories.
runesmithing, sir.
Okay,
It's not-
I think we're
maybe.
Sure.
we're getting into the
I mean, historically, the
weeds here
arguments
a
are-
little.
They're
We're getting
documents
into the
that go back
weeds here,
further than
Lyndon.
dwarven history.
Anyhow,
Him under the
there's
table.
there's possibility that maybe the giants might have been the first bunch to invent runesmithing. Either way, whether it's the giants or the dwarves, and this is a possibility that it's the dwarves, sir.
It's the giants.
Well, we're in agreement,
Yes.
but it's just
What
Anyhow,
about these runes?
so-
and how do they apply to your machine?
what I've been doing is I've been improving on them. Now, I went to school to learn how to imbue magic into items. Enchantments have been a thing for a long time, but the particular brand of work, artificing that I do, they weren't really helpful in the end at school. They taught me about, like, poison sprays and, you know, manipulating ice, which very useful in the context of a kitchen, right? Still, I've developed runes that are so blindingly stupid that anyone could apply them and use them, right? And that's the research I've been doing. So I've developed
Goose looks very interested.
a whole slew of runes that you could take and apply to weapons or armors in your case, but mostly kitchen utensils or ovens or to keep something mighty cold, for food to last a long time, or to help it grow, or to move faster, or to make it more resilient to weather. If you're a perverted mind, you might use it on other things, but that's not what it's meant for. I thought I was dealing with farmers. Anyhow, and the rune over time gets stronger, not weaker. So I've made about a dozen of them, all prototypes, and I've only got one of each, but I reckoned they would have been useful.
Can I see them?
Sure. Oh, also this thing, but and you watch as he pulls something that he calls the Fargab. And he's got a couple of them. They just look like, to skip the description, they look like walkie-talkies, right? Like the talkie-walkies, whatever you call those things. And he's got a couple, like, sending stones, essentially. And he's got a couple of them. Right, I've also created this thing, right? They said that they had big farms and they'd want to be able to talk from one end of the farm to the next. So this allows you to just... Well, you could, as long as you're on this plane of existence, you could just talk to each other at any length. I thought that might be useful.
Limited use per day?
No, it takes a bit of time to get attuned and stuff, but then you just talk.
You have
Like
to
a
be on
sending
the same
stone.
plane of existence?
Aye, right, so... I'm sorry, so it turns out we're not the only plane. There are many other planes, right? Oh, let me tell you all about it. And if you let him...
That's not. She knows about planes. At least if she doesn't, I can tell her later. Let's talk about these runes that you've been... So they commissioned you to do the runes, or you had the runes, they were interested in that, and then they commissioned you to do further research on something else?
No, they wanted to... Well, no, the runes. They asked me if there was something else. I talked to them about my stick. They didn't seem interested. I thought it would be great. I talked to them about, my oven that I've got walking and talking. It can even cook for you. It's great. I thought it was a time saver, to be honest. But when I mentioned the runes, they were more keen on it than anything else.
So they commissioned you to expand on your research on the runes. Is that
Aye,
what the
right.
job was?
that's correct.
So you've completed the runes, 12 of them?
I have completed a big lot of them. Let me count them. I reckon.
I'm going to need to see those.
Are they in some sort of spreadsheet?
They're not, but they might as well be.
Fill you in on who you've been dealing with then. There is an invading army. I don't know if you've been isolated from all news of the surrounding territories, but Vogler was attacked, and not Castlemaine, that's in my home setting. What is the place called? Calaman.
Calaman is about to be.
Calaman was also under attack, or is about to be. The army that is invading are full of draconic, dragon-like humanoids, reptilian folk of the ancient historical monsters that used to roam the earth, that roam the land.
He looks past you, Lyndon, to Kari. Did your brother hit his head dragons? He says.
Yes,
No,
I
didn't.
wish I was insane. But this is what we're dealing with. There is a return of the
Goose
dragons
turns his
on
back,
the horizon.
lifts the back of his shirt, and shows the dragon scales up his back.
We don't know exactly what's going on with him, but
And then
we
moves
think
his
he's
pants a little bit
turning
down so you
somehow.
can see the top
Stop,
of his butt.
stop.
Jesus, Goose, we don't need to see that. That is unnecessary amount of whole ass. Don't even need partial ass.
Giving the full picture.
Kari's
Giving the
gonna
full picture.
Kari hasn't spoken like 3 words. Is gonna get up and start walking towards a bookshelf or like items, and is just gonna preoccupy herself because other people are handling the conversation, and Kari's in her own mind right now.
That's fair. So there are 25 runes that he's been working on. Some, they look like dwarven lettering. They don't look like your traditional giant runes, but they do look like dwarven lettering. There's, he shows you basically like each of them is metal that he's forged himself, and they all do something different. And he's happy.
So the intention is you inscribe these onto an object, and it imbues that object with a certain magic.
Right, that's correct.
They
But
each do
each
different
object-
thing or whatever you want them to do.
Right, well, not whatever you want them to do. They're very specific. It's a very precise nature, runesmithing, I'll have you know.
Yes.
And so each of them can only be...
You have to etch them into a particular material?
Well, if you'd let me tell you, I'd tell you.
Or if you get to the point.
Do you know dwarves are notoriously long-winded, and we love to tell stories. I hate dwarves.
Yes, I do know.
Absolutely hate dwarves. When you try to talk to them, they just go on these random tangents. Let me tell you, my great uncle.
The 20
let's not.
the runes you were talking about
You were talking about the runes.
the 25.
How to etch them on and what they do.
Right, runes. Turns out giants might have invented them. Either way, each one of them does something different. You can etch them, but only one per item, and it has to be a sufficiently quality item, or else the power of the rune will simply consume the item. It'll be too much.
Understand.
I had begun experimenting. I'm not proud of it, but some of them you might be able to imbue directly on a person. Now there was... Not exactly. A tattoo is only at skin level superficial depths. This would be embedded in someone's...
Like branded?
No, more like grafted
Scar?
onto bone.
Holy shit.
Now,
That's kind of metal.
You were working on that, Jackalby?
not on myself, to be fair. What I've done is I've figured out a way...
That makes it better.
Well, let me ask you, dwarves of remind that summon creatures aren't exactly real. How do you feel about it?
There's a big debate. I'm not getting into that right now.
Right. So,
Rackham,
yes.
is there anyone that we've seen in our time so far with people, with anyone that we've interacted with? Would we have seen something like that before?
a rune like this,
Yeah. Like
You have
embedded
not
into
seen
someone?
it in person, but you have read
Okay.
stories and what he's talking about. And the reason he's probably so harped on giants is that you have read in the tomes, in some of the tomes, giantkin have sometimes had what people called, like they thought were tattoos, but they were not. They were simply grafted upon runes that the giant, musculature or physique or constitution would have allowed to complete. So what he's talking about, you've heard of, you've never seen in person, but it's definitely not just myth and legend.
Okay, no worries.
And also, while you're looking around the books, just give me an investigation and tell me later what you got, because there's interesting stuff on his shelves.
Jacoby, you're waffling a lot. Get to the point.
Right. Well, anyhow, runes and put them on stuff.
Can be grafted onto any material.
Correct. Just quality enough material. I've had the greatest success on like steel, on gold, on silver, on high quality plate armor. That
so you
sort
just
of
need to painting them on is enough, or do you need to etch it into the wood itself?
You grab the rune, you place it on the item, you speak the word of command, the name of the rune, and it just literally melts into the item.
So these things you've created is actually it's a one-use thing.
Correct. Once you're in, you cannot.
Okay, well that's good.
You can't move it there. I said that already, didn't I?
What?
No,
hang
you
on.
didn't.
You've said that they each do different things. What are the things these do, and how destructive are they?
Okay, there's a lot of them. So this I will tell you because I don't necessarily want to go in. So
I think Juniper's intimating for more of the the most destructive ones that an army would want.
Well, they do just about a bunch of different things. Some of them give you bonus, so mechanically speaking, some of them will give you a bonus initiative, some will give you a bonus, it's +1 bonuses at base level. Each rune has 3 tiers. So they have the basic benefit, at a certain level they unlock another version, and at another level they unlock the last version. So they get better. They're not cumulative, they're replacing. So at level 1 it does this, at level X it now does this instead, and at level Y it does this other thing. So I can send you guys the list. It's pretty extensive.
Yes,
please.
Yes, please.
So that'll
By the way, any of your security measures involve a guy teleporting in and grabbing someone and then stepping through a portal and disappearing into another plane of existence?
No.
Anything
Are you
like
sure? That's the
it's
shortest answer you've given so far.
And because it's a portal, that means your
Fargab
stones, they wouldn't be able to reach through, would they?
No, right.
The portal to somewhere else on this plane of existence.
Right. Well, the way that the Fargab works, there's 2 of them. You get one, another person get one. You talk into it, the other one hears you, and it's sort of back and forth, right?
Right.
Like a remote talking Fargab. It's in the name. You gab somewhere far, right? And,
no. I just I'd
very useful
hoped
for
that
scouts.
could be worked.
For just for AJ's knowledge,
Yes.
when Lyndon and Jacoby were talking about one use only, that is in terms of imbuing the rune onto an item, but the item can then be used.
Yes,
times, right?
correct,
Yeah, cool.
correct.
Okay.
So it's like think of it as a permanent enchantment, but you can only apply once you put it somewhere. You can't change your mind.
Once
and
you
move
put
it
the
around.
rune on,
That's
but
it.
you could make multiples of the runes later down the road. Yeah, okay. No worries.
Could you make multiple of these runes, Jacoby? If for instance you gave these to the hobgoblins that were here for it, and then they wanted more, could you now redo your work and create more or not?
Well, it's not impossible, right? So I had to create the bulk of the work was creating the casts for them, right? And then, I built this place here for a good reason. Lightland. It turns out Nightland's minerals. I've built a wee mine beneath. Obviously, I'm a dwarf, right? I hate dwarfs. We're so cliche. But the minerals here in Nightland are very receptive to imbuing magic. Something I haven't found anywhere else. So I could redo them, but it'll take a lot of work. I had started this research, though. It wasn't something I had done from scratch. It just allowed me more time with the coin they gave me.
Understood. Yes, understood.
So...
How much did they give you?
500 steel.
Holy shit. Right.
That's a
Right.
lot.
Where's the army getting so much cash?
I don't know. From Gerber, but I wouldn't thought he would have that much to be
We have
financing the whole
steel
thing
for
himself.
you.
I believe
just from
Gerber
the
was
raids
getting
and
the money
pillages.
from the army.
Listen to me. I'm
The
not.
army was
Ah,
paying
maybe.
Gerber.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Yes.
I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in your coin. In as much as I'm not exactly thrilled to see you. I'm not. You've saved my life. Like, to be honest, eventually they would have gotten through, and I would have been in trouble, right? So, I'm happy to give you each one rune, and then I'll keep doing my research and possibly pack up and go somewhere else. But for the time being, just for the efforts that you've shown.
We told the goblin to inform their superiors that this place had burnt down. However, they are a goblin. There's a chance that they'll screw up the message, or they'll be tortured and interrogated and tell them the truth. Whatever the reason, I'm hopeful that the people they go back to will just dismiss the goblin's ramblings as being a goblin. But there is a chance that they will know that the goblins were unsuccessful and you're still here. So I do recommend you up and leave as soon as you can.
Right, I'll just need to
Please.
fix the legs and go.
legs?
This whole place is mobile?
It takes a bit of doing, but
Thank God,
it'll
Jacoby,
move.
You have gotten better. Maybe you're not a moron after all.
Well,
You're really good at the things you do anyway.
alright,
Still
one
probably.
second. He looks past you, and he whacks another plant that's behind you with his stick. And again,
What is that, by the way? What are you doing?
it's my quick stick.
Just quickens up the growth of...
You
Plants?
just about a year. Whatever you whack with it, just grows by about a year in seconds.
Whatever you whack. Humanoids? If you hit someone with it, they age a year?
Why would you randomly hit humanoids with it? That would-
If we went through this so much at the school, Jackalby. The things you create are more useful as weapons, almost always.
Look,
This thing would be incredibly useful as a weapon if it ages somebody. Have you ever aged a living creature with it other than a plant?
No, that why? No, and who would sit there allowing you to just whack them over and over again with a stick?
If they're tied up and being tortured, they don't have a choice.
From what
This
Jackalby
is-
said
and then you're
before,
saying
I
that you
don't
had
think he
nothing to do with
likes-
Pipkin's death, and here you're advocating to beat someone till they grow old.
I'm not advocating. I'm actively fighting against an invading army. What is about this? Are you not understanding,
Okay.
you moron?
Let's not throw words around, okay? A lot of the things in your house, Jackalby, are incredibly dangerous. Maybe not to someone with good intent, like yourself. It would be amazing if we could have a rune, yes, but we have 200 steel for you. And I think more importantly, if I can pay for these runes not to end up in the hands of the
I'm not
army.
going to give these runes away to anyone else. Yeah, you've done me a great service. As to for you, have I hit anything else?
God.
I have a few remaining sausages that have actual meat sausages that I've been paid to age, and I've been whacking them with my stick occasionally. It's a side hustle. Look, I'm not proud of it, but aged meat sells really well, and sometimes you just give it a little whack and they're like, how do you do it? Well, it's just I don't tell them, but it's been useful in that way. But I don't have.
So it does age meat, but that's non-living organic.
Aged
matter.
wine. Aged
Have
whiskey.
you ever
Oh.
hit
that
accidentally or
wouldn't
otherwise? Accidentally or otherwise, have you ever hit a creature, a beast with this?
No, but if you want to volunteer, I'm not opposed to hitting you right about now.
Ollie, no, thank you. If Ollie was here, he'd be able to get us an animal of sorts, and then we'd be able to test it. You said you've summoned
think
animals, and you
Ollie
don't think
would
of them as real.
Right, but I mean, but the magic
Have you
only
tried it
lasts.
on a summon?
No, I haven't. It seems incredibly irresponsible to be attacking people with
Judy,
this.
you hunt, right? Could you not catch as a bird, a live bird?
I think by the fact that the sausage is aged, we've proved it already.
No, it proves that it works on objects. A sausage is dead meat. It's organic matter, yes, but it's not a living creature. There are magics that only work on objects and not creatures, not living souls.
Jackalby, is this stick the only one of its kind?
I don't know. It's the one I've made. I reckon maybe somebody else has done it. It's not that complicated. You just have to calculate a number of and he goes on like a lengthy, complicated explanation if you let him about how it works.
No,
I'm gonna
stop.
take
Look, I
the
don't know
stick
that much
from him.
Can we pay you for that?
I'm gonna take the stick from Jackalby
Sure.
if I need to roll for that.
No, you're fine. If you ask him to look at it, he'll give it to you to look at.
No, I just pull it out of his hand.
Oh, then yes, he will absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Make a
Yeah.
contested athletics. What are you doing? We don't hit people with sticks.
12.
12. I don't have a D20 in front of me. What? All right, let me just do it. Here.
What?
Crazy.
You
Oh
don't
my
need one
god.
of
You
those.
should come
Natural
to my house.
5. You rip it out of his
Rip
hands.
over and dies.
Okay. Unless anyone stops Cory, she is going to whack her own shin.
Oh, what?
Be careful with it,
I
don't
won't
you?
Stop you.
I need you
Bruce
to.
is gonna
know,
try
can
and
I-
stop you.
Yeah, can I stop you?
All right, give me both initiative rolls then. Let's see who's fastest.
I just feel like I don't want you to
8.
have, even if it's just growing.
Wait.
Having a mismatched leg, it's really gonna slow you down in life.
9.
What is it? Dex?
Yeah, it's your
Is it
initiative.
17?
Jesus.
Uh,
Yep.
that's a Bowser.
Okay, so
Ooh,
Junie,
that's
you
higher.
might be fast enough. You watch as Cory
Ooh, do
rips
I get whacked
the stick,
instead?
and
Yeah,
she's
maybe
about
maybe
big
hand
big
goes in, whacks you instead.
big wind up. She's about to hit her leg. What do you want to do?
Can I grab the stick? If not, then I think if it's just out of reflex and I'm not thinking, I think she'd put her hand out in front of Cory's leg. But if I have the time to think, I might try and grab the stick.
Make an.
You decide.
We'll
I
just.
don't know.
You know what? We're gonna call it a contested. You're trying to stop her. You're trying to grab at it. So give me your. Make a. So this is gonna be a dex check for you, or a sleight of hand for you, Junie,
God.
and a dex saving throw for you, Cory, to see if you're able to sort of get away from it.
Whoa, shit! You do not.
What'd you roll?
I'm just assuming. That's a natto 20, so that's a 23.
So you're able to
Nice.
reach. You're able to reach out and grab the stick before it completes, but you grab it.
Junie
You don't.
has a long history of needing to suddenly grab something in her sibling's hands.
No,
I feel like as soon as Goose was old enough to lift a sword, there were many
Stop
times
it,
where
stop
she
it.
had to
So at every opportunity he could.
About to bonk each other on the head with some.
So you're able to stop her from
Yeah.
hitting
Cory.
herself.
What were you going to hit that on?
Myself.
Why?
You see this look, because Junie, you're close up now that you've like reached
Yeah.
over. You see this look in Cory's face that is just fed up. There's too much going on. There's too many things to think about. Everything is. You guys have been talking for an hour.
Yeah.
She just wanted a solution. Cory's not thinking.
Yeah. I get it. Let's.
At the mention of
How much for this stick? 200 steel?
oh,
Can we have it?
no, that's mine. I worked really hard on this. Like I how am I gonna grow my plants and make sure that they produce fruit in like a short, in winter time? Like
Fertilizer, mulch.
hey, but that's time. It's something I don't have.
Sunshine.
We can leave this, I don't see
Leave him
a
with this. Leave
particular
him with
use
this
for us
stick.
to have it.
Yeah, I don't think.
Let's
I don't
leave it
think
with
we need
him.
it. Just leave the stick. Just don't.
Okay.
I
Right,
just want you
here's
to be
your
aware
stick.
that everything you have could be used as a weapon by the unscrupulous, and the people you are dealing with very unscrupulous.
No scruples.
Just be aware of that.
Right. Well, is there anything else that you came to pay me a visit, or was it just to sort of be? And I appreciate the help, I do, but also, the lecture a little bit less.
Well, look. The army is
Stop
coming.
being a moron. I wouldn't have to lecture you. I
And-
said that at school 100 times.
Can I flick
There's
Lyndon
an
on the ear?
army.
Stop hitting me, Junie.
Okay, a little bit of tact would be appreciated. The army have already tried to pay you for weapons.
Right.
I know that you said you can pack up shop and leave. That would
Right.
be amazing. As
That's
far away as you can get from them.
Which is weird,
And
because it sounds from what you've said that they're sort of all around, right? They're east, They're west? Like, where am I meant to go?
Could you just keep moving? I don't know when it will be safe for anyone.
How safe is Calaman itself?
At this point, it is safe, but they are approaching. The reason that we came here is Calaman wants your services. And again, there is 200 steel to secure your offer. I'm sure there would be more money if you came. And while it is safe, it seems like a good place to be.
Right. Calaman. I did receive a message.
I'm going to go to Corey and just say, let's go outside.
I did receive a message recently from a council member. It was a sending spell. Lady Gribier. Does that sound familiar to either one of you or any of you? She said that she'd send emissaries to collect something from her.
Yeah, does that name... I actually did read over the council.
Yeah, it sounds like Gerber.
The history of the councils when I was researching the con.
No,
that's
not.
Council?
That's nobody in the council. That's not a name. It sounds an awful close to Gerber, but he would have known the name Gerber from school, and presumably after Cassandra made the school serve rabbit the day after Pipkin died, he probably doesn't have very strong positive feelings for Cassandra.
Right. Yeah. No. We're representing the council of Caliban, and look, they're scared. They're worried. They're an ancient army of dragon dipshits are about to pour over their walls. They're looking for anything. They're desperate. And I know you don't like your inventions, as potentially deadly as they are, being used for anything potentially deadly.
Mm-hmm.
But we were here hoping that you had any plans, anything we could use to defend the city.
Right.
The defense of life, not necessarily the killing of other life.
There's not... I've got and Corey, when you were looking at the shelves, he'll point to one of the items that would have been beside you that you probably would have seen. He's got a
I rolled a 19.
Oh, perfect. He's got a recipe book, but that's not the interesting part. Beside it, there's a tome that he calls Preserving Food, and when you there's just walking beside it, the tome felt cold, just freezing cold, and when you looked on it or started flicking through, it's a tome that's filled with essentially ice spells or manipulating ice in arcane ways, but a whole suite of ice-based spells that for Jacoby are just ways of maintaining food or refreshing food. And immediately your mind kind of jumps to, you could do a lot with this that is not just...
Corey flashbacks to the 3 first murders she ever committed where she froze people to death.
Yeah.
And that's so there's a lot of like ice spells in that book in particular, and he'll point to it. Hey, I mean, if you're trying to think, some of the spells that I have to maintain like fresh produce, if someone, and he looks pointedly at Lyndon, thought to maybe target flesh with it, it wouldn't be so good for them. But
if Corey was okay with it, I'm outside with Corey now because as soon as I realized Corey was not okay, I don't give a shit about anything else.
Perfect.
I went straight to Corey and said, let's go outside.
All right, so then he'll talk to Goose and Junie and say, right, well, there's a few spells that you could use, and that's really about it. Like, there's my aging stick, there's a few explosives that I use to clear out mining work. But if you do know Lady Gribier, then if you're going back, if you're staying in Calaman, or if I reckon my way there, since everywhere else is unsafe, I guess I'll hand it over to her later. But I did work on something for her.
What was it exactly?
She asked after something that could dig specifically. I'm not sure why, but she said that people would be coming. You mentioned 200 steel. That's the fee that we agreed to, and I'd already had the invention anyway. It's just a device that digs down very, very quickly, very efficiently, and you can charge it with different things. She wanted a depth charge dispenser, so I thought, all right, I'll just tie this to my mining machine, and then it just drops a charge, and then it leaves, and then it detonates it. Rather useful for clearing
What can
mines.
it be charged by? Just anything?
Black powder mostly. Right, so there's this great device. There's a black powder that you put in. It's very flammable. In fact, so much so that it'll detonate. That means explode. It's very good, very useful.
And this digging device, it only goes down?
Well, that's how I've got it set up. But I'm sure you could modify it to just go straight or back or side to side. But by design, it's meant to go down.
So it could go any direction and then explode.
Well,
right?
it couldn't go up, right? Like it can't fly.
Right.
Right.
So she already commissioned this device.
Right, a few days ago, I got a message asking for something to that effect. We had a nice chat. We settled on the price. From Calaman, it seemed legitimate. So, and she said to expect someone to come by and pick it up. I thought,
yes,
but it seems like it's maybe not you. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We were sent to talk with you about larger requisitions of the town.
Right.
But we could hand it back. We do have your fee.
Yeah.
Oh,
we should take it back for her. Where we need to take it back for her. She needs it.
Right.
Right away.
Great. Well, sure. All right. Well, you've again done me a solid, and I'll need to be setting up the whole tower to move. It needs to be heading back to. I reckon I'll be following you if you're going back to Calaman. I'm not sure, but it'll take a little bit of time. It's not a fast-moving tower. That's right.
No.
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 Do you have a carriage or anything we could kind of like stock up in?
A carriage? No.
Yeah.
No.
How portable is this device?
It's got wheels. You can sort of push it along. It's pretty heavy. And he shows you, like, if you want to follow him, he'll show you that it's like this, basically 3x3 box is what it looks like. It's got wheels and it has a big old drill that sort of sits in the middle. And it would just kind of drill down. The thing would pivot and swivel and then drill back up. And it has like the tires or the wheels. There are some on the side of it for it to climb or go down. It's heavy. It's incredibly heavy. Like you're not able to lift it, but you could push it. You could drag it along.
Do we still have a horse? One horse? No.
You have. I believe
you have one horse.
I think you have one, but you left them like at the bottom of the hill before you went up.
Yeah.
We could certainly hitch it to the horse. It's on wheels.
Right.
I think that's what we'll do.
Okay.
Juniper just like talking to herself about like.
That's fine. He's happy to let you have it, and as long as you give him the 200 steel for it. But his mind is
I will
not
gladly hand that over.
perfect. His mind is preoccupied with mostly, moving the tower now and getting all that prepped.
I don't mean to encroach on your hospitality even more. It's just you did offer runes for my family. We were wondering if we could also.
That still stands. Like
Get a
you've
rune
saved
on my face, maybe.
You've saved my life. I'm happy. I'm happy to try. Like if you're really serious about it, I will absolutely 100% try to put that on your face.
Hell yeah.
I don't think that's necessary.
But
Or advisable.
what in life is necessary?
Or that we should do it, given that we have bigger fish to fry and a brother that is missing.
So as you guys are talking
saying
about
I shouldn't do it?
imbuing your face with a rune grafted to the bone,
If I say no, you'll do it.
let's cut to Corey and Lyndon. There's a balcony that sort of sits above where there's the observation room where the big telescope sort of looks out to the horizon. Otherwise, to get out, there's like a room downstairs, but the only outside if you wanted to go would be out through the front door. But if you want privacy, there's enough room upstairs where the telescope is.
Yeah, the balcony maybe?
Mhm.
Yeah, balcony.
Sure.
What's going on? What's the matter? Is it a reminder of Pipkin's death?
No, not really. To be honest,
What is it? Seeing Jacoby again reminds you of school? What?
No, it's just everything. Every single one of you were talking to the goblins and commanding them different things. No one's listening to each other, and then we're all making decisions for our own path without talking to each other about it. Our brother is missing, and then we spend an hour talking and hassling Jacoby for no reason, might I add, only to prod and poke
for no
him.
reason? What do you mean for no reason? This is every reason.
I meant you back-chatting him, Lyndon.
That's how we've always been.
I understand that. Today
It's not like I can... Look, if I'm meant to get him into a sense of understanding that I'm still the person that he knew, despite being two people now, and despite being everything that happened a year ago, I'm not going to... I was making an effort to still backcheck to him the way that I would, to make him feel comfortable, to make him feel like we were the same school children that we were a year ago, and it feels like it's been 10 years since. I was making an effort to make him feel secure so that we can get the information from him that we need. This is every reason for us to be here. I didn't even know that the person we were coming to was Jacoby, but then as soon as we saw that it changed everything.
I know.
We need the information that he has on this army. The world is ending, Corey. Our vision ends if the world ends. Our new order ends if the world ends. We need to stop this army at all costs. And if Jacoby in there has any information, we need that information. So what do you think I've been doing? I've been trying to keep him on track. I've been hounding him and harassing him, talking over the morons that are our brother and sister, to try and get the actual information from him that is important. Who commissioned him? What do these runes do? How often can they be used? What materials can they be placed on? I need that information to know what the people who commissioned it wanted from it. We need to be a step ahead of them. So what is it that's upsetting you so much? Why are you not helping me?
You're doing enough talking for the both of us, Lyndon.
I expected your back in there. You should have my back.
The moment I got asked a question, you talked over me. So what do you want from me, okay? I'm freaking out.
Yes,
That's
clearly.
all.
Why? What do you need from me to help you out here? You're obviously panicking because you're not yourself. You're not helping me the way that you would normally. So what am I not doing that you need from me? Corey, I will do it. I will help you if you can tell me what it is.
It's not you. It's the world. It's the fact that we're about to send Jacoby towards Cassandra, and we haven't told him that that's who sent us. And the fact that his inventions, no matter whose hands they're in, is going to cause damage. Even sending him to Calaman is going to end with more destruction.
It's inevitable with Jacoby. Everything he's ever... Come here. I'm going to grab her by the shoulders. Everything Jacoby has ever made has hurt somebody. Often Jacoby. It is his destiny for the rest of his life. He will continue. He has a brilliant mind. I've always pushed him by belittling his intelligence. He is, in many ways, smarter than even you and I. His creativity and his eye for seeing artifacts and unlocking abilities, he's going to keep inventing and innovating. And he will create something that can end the world, but has the power to save the world also. We need him on our side.
I don't see a favorable outcome right now, and sending him to Calaman with these these things, these destruction items, and then sending them right into the hands of Cassandra? Who, by the way, I assume already has coin from this dragon army, and how did she even know about the inventions in the first place? Maybe she has one of these far gab stones
Perhaps.
that's talking to
The
the
thought occurred to
bloody
me. Yeah.
enemy. I feel useless, and it doesn't help when I could genuinely not talk for an hour, and I'm not really giving anything to the group. So.
We would have achieved what we were setting out to achieve if you'd helped me out. So by not talking, it's the reason we've been here so long. I didn't know how to get him to stop talking without your help. You and I are a team. We always have been. So I was floundering out there. You left me out to dry, and I didn't know why.
I didn't, Lyndon. You were doing a good job. I need time.
You're overwhelmed. It's understandable, given what we're dealing with. I was that way for the last few days, and it seems we've swapped positions. But hey, that's why we're here, right? As long as one of us has it together. In another couple of days, something will happen and I'll freak out and you'll be there to keep me from dying. Look, we're doing what we can. We're not equipped for this, but we're learning. I'm still practicing the spell. You know, in the last few days, I've completed so many spells that I've been practicing for the last months. It seems real world experience has got a way of forcing your hand. Do or die. Learn it or lose. And I feel myself, I'm on the verge of some of the higher identify. I've been so close to working out how that works. Once we have it, I'll be able to identify what is going on with Goose's ring. I'll be able to get some information on Ollie's mask when we find him.
Yeah.
I'm working on these things, but I need your help.
Okay.
Uavate.
As we cut back to the much more chaotic energies inside of the house of Judy and Goose, still talking to poor Jacoby, you come back to them inside saying, right, no, I don't think, right, like, fake bacon doesn't count as, like, meat, right? It's fine. I'm allowed to have fake bacon, right?
Not to be rude, Jacoby, I feel like we've drifted away from talking about where the army is,
right,
and the dangers,
that's what we were talking about,
and that they can impersonate people
sure,
with scars on their face. I just feel like we've drifted across.
Right, but what we were saying is scars, right? When you think about
All
it,
right.
do scars count as meat?
Jacoby,
Right.
we are going to leave. We're going to take the invention. We're going to pay you. We're going to have those runes that you offered, and you're going to follow us in your legged house to Calaman.
All right.
Anything else we need to know right now is not important. We should probably find our brother, or go and kill those scouts, right, Goose?
Right. I was going to pitch that. Either saving our
Alright.
brother or murdering some dragon boys.
So, here's my
Last
counter offer.
Yes. Sorry?
Jacoby,
Yes.
could you take the invention directly to Calaman with your moving house? That way we don't have to cart it.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Upon arrival, let
right.
them know that we are killing some scouts that are building, what did that goblin say? A post?
Watchtower?
Vanguard.
An
Something.
outpost, a vanguard.
It was a vanguard.
Yes, we're going to go and murder those people. So just let the city know that we're getting a grip on the scope of the army.
All right. Well, you go and have a great time doing it. Are you keen on staying the night? Because it's a terrible weather out there, or are you just going to head out right now?
How terrible.
How terrible? It's raining. I hate rain. Dwarves hate rain. I hate dwarves. It's just like rain and dwarves, you know?
I mean, I guess I don't need Jacoby to tell me. I can have a look outside.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it, like,
it's
like,
raining.
I'll go to the window,
It's-
but like,
it's-
is it?
It's
is
just
it
cold
heavy
and it's raining.
rain?
It's heavy
Yeah.
rain, but you know, it's likely to keep
be
you don't have
slow.
Ollie to do druidcraft, so you can't tell how long
I
that's gonna
think
last.
I have
we've all
nature.
we all took a long rest with
You
because we
did.
slept on the mountain, then we came up the mountain. So I think as much as Corey hates rain, I will turn to Junie. I think we should go as soon as we can. I don't trust that those goblins are going to deliver any messages. If anything, I'd like to arrive before the goblins let them know that we exist.
We'll be
I agree.
slow in this rain, but I assume they're probably not moving much either, so we could
Okay.
get on top of
All
that.
right.
This will
Jacoby?
be
Jacoby.
Right?
so. This will be 2 days travel to the camp, and then 2 days travel back, and then. Is that the impression we got?
Yeah, but the you would
Maybe
know
two
not to
sides of the
necessarily
triangle.
trust like the goblin sense of
Yeah.
time and direction.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
it might
They
be
are shorter as well.
We can
Yeah.
we can go two sides of a triangle because we won't need to come back to this point. The camp from here, he said, was in
Okay.
the northwest, and we came
And
from
this
the
house
northeast.
won't exist.
Okay, sweet.
So we go to the northwest, and then we go east from there, and we should be okay. I say to Jacoby, listen, our brother was taken on the lawn outside into a portal. You don't happen to have any items, magic, or useful items that can determine where a person is, a whereabouts, or where a portal
do you
went
have-
to after its use?
Do you have anything that belongs to your brother on you? Do you have any
Of
personal
course,
belongings?
few things.
What do you have?
What
I would have a
we
whole.
have? Let's have a look.
I have. I think he gave me a flower after
Depending how
Godswin died.
that's probably wilted and done by now. It's not
Also,
would he
technicality, if he gave it to you, wouldn't it be yours?
All right now.
All right.
I don't know, maybe.
We're trucking with the Fae
up
now.
and down.
Jacoby's an
Yeah,
arch. It's an
yeah.
archfey. Meh. It's me, Artigan. Blah.
I don't know if Lyndon does actually, because he's not one for too much sentiment.
Does anybody have
No.
anything that belongs to Ollie?
No. I tried to gift him mother's amulet or mother's carved animal, but he wouldn't have it, so it wouldn't count as his.
He never-
Damn it.
he
I
has his
stole
own
I stole
animal
all of his
offering,
left
yes.
socks.
You stole
mean, I
his
think I
left
was
He has
sock.
carrying-
left socks?
I think I
You
was
don't have?
carrying everyone's cloak because we got some like sick ass cloaks early on, and I was kind of
We
like
did get winter clothing,
carrying
yeah.
them.
Okay, so you've been carrying
And
luggage.
they're still in my inventory. So yeah, I guess I've been giving them out and taking them back.
Yeah,
Come
I don't have a good carry
Come
capacity,
on.
so
We're gonna call that a stretch. You know what? We're gonna leave it up to fate. Roll a d100. If you roll like a 50 or above, sure.
Well, you wouldn't let me have my little wilted flower. So now I'm
Now we're stretching. Now we're.
Stretching.
now we're stretching.
Oh, I have his crowbar. His favorite crowbar is in
Oh.
my inventory.
Uh-huh,
52.
sure.
52.
52. Perfect.
Yeah.
You do have.
Maybe I took it when he turned into a wolf.
You have a token that he's given you from long ago that's still in your inventory. As Ollie would do, he was when he was younger, and that's a thing that you've kept. You were mentioning, being short of coin back at the farm, and one day he was running around in the forest. He found a piece of wood that was perfectly circular. He never knew how it came to be, but it certainly looked like a coin, and he picked it up and handed it to you and told you, maybe that could be useful. And that was from him to you. Will that work? Maybe, but that's the only thing. It's a bit of a sad realization that that's literally the only token. If your brother never came back, you guys have nothing of his. Anyhow,
I have this. Will this
Right.
work?
I can try. It'll take a little bit doing, but sure. The trouble is, it gets destroyed by examining it. Are you alright with losing it?
It means getting Ollie back, sure.
Yes. Yes, take it.
Great. He grabs the wooden coin from you, brings it down to the middle floor where he has his workshop. And there he's got like the things that he had thrown out have repowered and started making their way back into places that they belong. And what looks to be like an oven. He just plonks it in a bowl that sits on top of a burner, fills it with some water. You know, people often make like weird noises when doing magic. At the school, that often say "ooba gooba lubla blee." I'd like to see with my wee wee or some sort of weird incantation. It's not how it works. It's just very precise. It's alchemical compounds. You know, just anyhow. It's you don't need that extra jibber jabber, honestly. And he watches. He very meticulously follows the recipe that he's created. And it ends up with a tiny little vial of diluted water that has the wood chips in it, with some added elements that he won't really reveal to you. Right? If he's anywhere on this plane of existence, you can drink this. It'll let you see through his eyes for a mere moment. If he's not, then there's a chance it works, there's a chance it fails. Which of you wants to take a drink?
I handed it to Junie.
Junie, you'd have you're the best at remembering geographic locations, right? And landmarks and things that you'd see in a moment.
I'm pretty good at navigating outside. If he's
I'd
outside.
say you're probably the
If
best
he's
at
on this
that.
plane of existence.
Do you drink it?
Yeah, I'll take it and I will drink it.
All right. He is currently not on this plane of existence. So, what we need to do is I need you to roll. So before I tell you, just to explain. So there's a percentage that you will succeed and still be able to reach through and see through his eyes. But immediately, as this sort of like the world sort of goes black and blue, the outline of everything around you is like this outline of shimmers of blue energy, and there's an enormous body-shaking pulse that goes through you in one heartbeat. Your will and your awareness extends around the world in just one moment, and it brings back nothing. Not a radar beep anywhere. He is not here. On a 75 or above, on a percentile die, the spell will function. On anything less, you're not able to connect with Ollie.
Jesus Christ. All right, fuck. Guess it's just luck then, huh?
It is just luck.
Oh, man. You're gonna kill me, man. That is a 96.
Or I would have taken 69 as well. I would have let you succeed on that because nice.
Because nice.
Because that's the one number that can come up. Perfect. All right, let's go.
96 is just 69 with inflation.
Yeah. Fun fact, 96 was my old roller derby number. There you go.
The world goes photo negative. You are essentially Galadriel for that brief moment. Your mind just seems to just passes through an indeterminate space of indeterminate length. It's undefinable, but you feel yourself just passing through an invisible barrier, clouds, fog, as if you find yourself as if in a dream or fugue state. You arrive, and suddenly everything, the black and white effect fades, and you can see and hear through the eyes of your younger brother. You can hear his heavy breathing coming through. You're not in a human shape. You're comfortably loping along in the shape of a wolf. And the world around you is in shades of gray trees, and what stands in the distance in front of you in this unfamiliar landscape is a thick forest. Past the forest, though you are in the forest, you can also see past the forest in this bizarre sort of dream state, a castle. There is a sigil or a banner of a castle. You take note of it. The trees around you are ancient. They're old. This forest has been here for hundreds, possibly thousands of years. You see passing through shapes, elven shapes, dancing as if taunting you, but they're not taunting you. They're taunting something around you. You're in somebody's memory, somebody's dream, somebody's moment. You see a number of elven women. They are dressed in long white robes, and they are singing something, taunting something, haunting something. But it's not targeted at you. There is pain in their voice. Not for you, Ollie, not for you, Junie. Give me a perception check, please.
Okay. Does it help that I speak Elvish?
It does help that you speak Elvish.
It's my mother tongue.
It's your mother's
Perception.
tongue.
Yes, perception.
Well, I
please.
assume she spoke it when we were growing up. That is only a 14. Wait, do I get advantage or no?
You do not get advantage. Okay.
Fuck.
That's okay. 14 is not bad. You can hear the voices are saying, she will cheat on you. She will turn on you. You are cursed. She will cheat on you. She will not be faithful. Over and over and over again. Haunting, taunting. And as you look over, as Ollie looks over his shoulder, walking behind him, wearing clear armor of the Knights of Solemnia, this enormous figure, this trapper, who is haunting, his face now partially revealed, of a young, handsome man with a face that is burned and peeling away, anger and hatred in his eyes and his face, but also some almost sinful, gleeful, lustful look as he is staring at Ollie, the target of his hunt. And you can see that on his armor there is a sigil that is the same one that is echoed from the castle that sits in the distance. It looks like a black rose. And with this, in that brief moment of Ollie being hunted in this impossibly old forest with ancient elves taunting this knight that is walking behind you, you return back to where you are with probably more questions than you have answers.
He's not here. Ollie's not here.
What do you mean?
He's somewhere.
You
He's
didn't-
somewhere else.
You didn't see him, or you did?
I did, but
Didn't work.
I know it's not here.
So you saw it.
Not on
It
this-
worked though. You saw through his eyes.
Yes, briefly.
Describe it.
There were.
Describe it.
It was
in
an
real
old,
time.
old. Oh fuck!
I'm gonna get a pen and paper out.
Exposition.
Start
Yeah.
jotting it down.
I tell him it was an old ancient forest. There were elvish women singing, taunting not Ollie, but the figure behind him, the trapper in knight's armor with a black rose.
A black
his face
rose?
was all yes. And his face was burnt, and they were heading towards a castle with the same sigil, the black rose. And they were saying, what was it they were saying? She will cheat on you, she will turn on you, she will, I forget the last part because you were talking faster than I could write. She
You
will
are
cheat on you,
cursed.
she will
She
turn
will
on
not
you.
be faithful.
She will not be faithful. You are cursed.
And they were saying that to the knight, the trapper.
Yes, that's what it felt like. And Ollie was still a wolf. That's what I remember.
Ollie was wolf. Okay. These
I know-
running
elven,
away from
elven women.
the dude.
So he was running
This-
away, and these are, yes, they are. These are elven women. Those whoever asked that question.
Yes.
And
But
they
he
were
was
just
running
lining the
away from the
road.
trapper.
Does our family have
good.
anything to do with the Black Rose?
In the trees.
Make a history check on the Black Rose, please. Any of you that are proficient in history can certainly do that.
Okay, that is a 24.
Nice.
24. The Rose is the most esteemed rank of knight in the Knights of Solemnia. It is the highest order that you can achieve. And The Knight of the Black Rose is a piece of trivia that you would have stumbled on in the school at a 24. Even with a 24, there is little information about it. There was a castle, a keep, that existed, and a group of renowned knights were based out of this keep. They were the Knights of the Black Rose, or at least the leader of them was the Knight of the Black Rose. And it is said that they did something particularly heinous in the olden times before the Cataclysm, or during the Cataclysm, or caused the Cataclysm, some relationship to the Cataclysm. This is 300 years ago. With that bit of information, Junie, I need you... This is a almost impossible DC I'm going to set for you, but it is not completely impossible. I need you to make an insight check, and the DC we're going to set for this is 22.
Okay. Great. No problem.
What's your insight modifier?
No, it's not possible, but I want to see how much I
what is your... Okay, well, maybe if you get a nat 20 then. Well, you rolled a 2?
So a natural 20. That'll do it.
So if you roll a nat 20
plus 2, that'll do it.
5% chance.
Easy.
Nope.
No.
It's an 11.
The least funny
Does
number.
an 11 do it?
There's
It's
something...
only 9 away.
There's something about those 3 elf maids that were singing. There's something about them that is just tugging at your mind, but it's just, you know, it was panic. You could hear the breathing of your brother just terrified out of his mind being chased by this guy.
Oh, AJ has so many questions, but Corey is fed up.
Yeah. He was frightened. I know he's not here. I don't know how to explain it.
He's not on this
That's
plane of
okay.
existence.
We'll find him. I will research about the Knights of Solemnia and where the castles used to be, and we'll find which plane they're on, and we'll get him back. It's not to worry. Obviously, if he wanted him dead, he would have killed him. He didn't kill him. He took him, so he's not. You know,
he's hunting him.
Yes,
He has him now.
He has him, so we'll find him. It's fine.
Jacoby, I'm going to take this book. I point to the one about all the ice spells.
He's so taken aback. You'll say, right, sure.
Consider
I
it
hand him
a
a
trade.
stick back.
Do you have any?
I'll trade you that book for this one. I got this out of a library recently. I'm not sure if you knew they had it, and I throw him his own book back, the one that I got the.
I've been looking for that everywhere. Where did you get that? I misplaced that at school.
Some bastard black robes had it in their library. I infiltrated their library pretending to be old Professor what's his face, and it was not a good idea. Apparently they knew him and knew that I wasn't him, and then they turned on us and almost killed us.
Do you know they forced me to take a robe before I left, or they wouldn't let me leave?
Oh yeah, what color did you go?
Well, obviously red, right? Like knowledge.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Is key, but I'm not really a big believer in robes, and I noticed...
I wouldn't have expected the black robes would have had you.
You're not wearing any. You've no colours.
No, we left before they could force one on us. But I wouldn't say we don't have any colours. I will show them the inside of our robe, the cloak that is blue. There's a fourth order coming soon, Jacoby. Maybe one day we might recruit you.
What's it about?
Creativity.
Use of magic through creativity.
So, like, cooking.
Like cooking.
Very creative.
All right, well, here, take the runes that you wish. You can't take them all. I'll let you each have one. The rest of it is kind of going to probably be my life's work, right? So I'm happy to hand you a rune each, but I'm not giving you all 26 of them. But if you're going to head out...
Can we have that list?
Yeah, I'll send it
Yeah,
to
we're
you
gonna
after.
get
Yeah,
it later.
Yeah.
this is just—it's a long list. And yeah.
Sweet, no worries.
Jackalby, I
Right.
wouldn't tell anyone about any of your inventions unless they know of them. Just for a while.
Right,
Especially
well,
the stick.
what is this obsession with the stick? It's just the
It's
stick.
not about the stick, Jackalby. It's about the fact that anyone can manipulate you and your inventions. So just use your best judgment on what would be good to defeat this dragon army. That's all I can say.
Do you know? I reckon I might make a stick that takes away a year. Right? Like if I can, maybe that'd be interesting.
Would be equally
We should-
dangerous.
We need to leave
We should get
now.
out of yes. We should get out of your hair.
leave. Time is
You
of the
don't
essence.
have last thing. You any of your books that they're not about portals or dreams. Do you have any that I could just take?
I'm not really. It's not really my brand of research, but you know what I
No,
do
that's
have.
okay.
Wait, it helps me sometimes when I feel like I've got a migraine coming on. Right, hang on. He opens the closet and Goose, you're right beside me. Give me a little perception check. Give me a little perception check.
So concerned about what he's going to pull out of the closet.
7.
7.
It's gonna kick off a whole other hour of talking.
He has a number of bottles, and he pulls down what looks to be a whiskey from there.
99 bottles.
And he'll
bottles of beer?
just the one, and he'll grab it. He'll grab the stick and he'll whack it. Right, I'm sure it could do maybe a little bit more, but here you go. That's you want to keep dreams away. Whenever I take a little sip, you don't need more than that. I never think about Pipkin again. Just you're done. No Pipkin. I call this the no Pipkin drink. So I'm sure it'll help you with keeping those dreams away. It's very good.
The glass that this whiskey is stored in is very old now.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd
That's
probably
the
want to use
only
it like
thing I was thinking about.
Yeah,
I was
you'd
like-
probably want to use it like a muddler. You know?
Yes, sticks it right into a barrel of whiskey.
Yeah, that's what you'd want. Yeah, but hey, I'm no mixologist.
And
Yeah,
with
you
a
stir it
7,
with it.
Goose, with
Yeah.
a
You
can stir
7,
it with it, yeah.
looking in the closet, though you didn't roll very well, you swear to God, dude, that guy has at least a real piece of meat in there that he's keeping away.
That's creepy.
Keeping the good stuff.
That's so creepy.
Right.
Okay,
Anyway, we leave.
Okay.
We
yes,
we
let's-
get ready.
let's get out.
As we're all
Heading out
getting
to
our
the
like
scout.
our cloaks on and stuff, getting ready to walk out
Yeah.
into the rain. I walk up to
Yeah.
as Kari is getting ready. I just kind of like walk up and just kind of like lean heavily against her and then just kind of shove her with my elbow. Be like, "Good to have you back, dickhead."
Yeah, sorry. I got lost in my own thoughts.
Yes, thank you for apologizing. That's clearly what I wanted.
Goose. I might apologize to Lyndon as well. Lyndon, I'm sorry for continuing to kick you under the table and flick your ear, and I just
understand why. You just didn't understand all of the. He's a friend from school, and I know that he took Pipkin's death very hard. It sort of forced him into maturing at a rate that he wasn't otherwise on a track for. I figured ribbing him in a way that I used to back at school might sort of bring him back into his sort of school day mentality, remind him that I'm still the same guy he once knew, and open him up to me a little more.
right.
I found that some people, when grieving, get a little upset of people treating them to like standing on eggshells around them. So I figured a little harshness, showing them that I still thought of them the same way, and it didn't change anything between us. I don't know. I went that route, and maybe it wasn't for the best. Maybe it was. I don't know.
Is that how you feel about grief? Have I been walking on eggshells?
I don't think now's the time. We need to get to this scout. These scouts.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say I shouldn't scold you. You're not a little kid anymore. And, I appreciate everything that you do for us.
Thank you. Let's hug it out. I will hug you, and behind your back, I will use the somatic component of minor illusion and give you a goatee beard.
Jesus Christ!
and it's just like it's a goatee. It's just done. It's like soul patch kind of thing down here, the little wispy mustache, so you can't see it. You can't see the goatee. It's an illusion.
It's an illusion. That's so racist.
That'll just be there for a while.
In the distance, as you guys are starting to make out, you can hear Jacoby again. Stupid dwarves! Like, who invented the hammer? There's just better ways of designing this tradition bullshit. And he's just yelling at the top of his lungs about dwarves all over again. Yeah, absolutely useless, piss poor design. Just, why would you crush your own finger? Who designed this absolute idiot? Idiot! And he's just like mad as you guys are slowly making your way out of his tower that he'll now need to get back up and walking and out of here. The world outside is cold and rainy, but you're able to retrieve your horse, which was down at the bottom. And I guess you're all heading immediately to, or do you want to, so I know you want to do the runes at some point, but it'll take more than a second to do. It'll be over the course of a
I
short...
think
we'll do those between sessions and choose which runes we've chosen.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to get to the, the Vanguard while we've still got the element of surprise,
With
right?
haste.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also, does it... Sorry. You go.
Lyndon and I were riding Ollie before. Now we've got one horse and 4 of us. So.
Oh yeah, shit.
Well, we can have
I
2
can
on
plonk
1
along.
and then the rest just walking. It would probably be best if I scout up ahead because I am good with nature, but I also have a proficiency for forest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, in fact, give me a survival check. As you guys are heading out, it turns out the goblins were very, very wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Which direction?
No way.
Tell me what you get.
Well, could we have asked Jacoby where, because they mentioned that they were set up in a ruin. Could we have asked him, like, if there's a ruin nearby, vaguely to the east? Or west? Sorry. Yeah.
Right, to the east, I'm not sure because,
Northwest,
no,
the west.
So,
Northwest,
the other east.
Yeah,
the other east, right? So you're the brother that... Oh, I see. You're handsome,
yes,
but you're,
this is him.
You're not all right. I remember. Right. Before you leave, he would have told you that he has this superpower telescope that nobody wanted to use. But yes, using the telescope, he will literally swivel it and turn it. In doing so, he will pivot the entirety of the top floor of the tower, swivels and turns.
Like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, the tower. The telescope moves within reason, but instead of shunting the telescope around, Jacoby thought, why not just move the whole floor? Because that seems more convenient than putting it on wheels. Just Jacoby things.
Telescopes work.
And in any case, he moves it around. And sure, yes, you do see that about maybe 6 hours, 5 hours, you can see really far away, but that's mostly because of the terrain. There is a rune that sits northwest of where you are. You can see the outlines of it, even at distance. And give me, since you've decided to actually look, I'll allow you a perception check with advantage.
Does my survival roll do anything? Because I rolled really well.
We'll keep the survival roll. It'll be really good. I will make it super good, dude.
Okay, good. I would like that.
So whoever wants to look, whoever asks, you guys can give me a perception check.
I have ass perception, so probably.
I have good.
Well, don't look with your ass. Look with your eyes.
Yeah, that's why you're getting so low.
Stick Junie in it. Junie will have good perception.
Cool.
Yeah, we measure distance and time, not distance. That is correct.
That is... It's not my best. That's a 15.
Good enough. You see that there is, even in the long distance, and with your amazing survival check, what did you roll for survival?
22.
Oh my god, best. Nobody can beat that survival. It's the best. You hit level 20. You discover the secret cache of infinite experience. It was it. That was it. You guys solved the game. There is no army. It's just goblins cosplaying. So you see With the use of
Goblins
the
all the way
telescope and with your great survival check, you guys do find there is a tower that from long ago, this is immediately like soon thereafter the cataclysm was sort of abandoned. There was a great fire there, and it's been not used because to the west of Kalaman generally has been a very peaceful area, so they've let it kind of go to disuse. It's been like a traveler's spot, but people tend to stay out of it because it is considered cursed. There are a lot of myths and sort of stories around this place of ghosts and whispers and things. It's just, who knows what reality of it is, but that's the rune that he's talking about. And with the 22 survival and with your perception, you do see, and we'll cut the scene there because I do have, somebody asked me, why are you up so late last night? And I was like, because I was building a map just in case. I'm happy I did. I'm happy. Where is it?
You knew that we'd want to go brutally murder these scouts.
I had an inkling. That might be possible.
Knowing this
What?
group.
Who, us?
Wait, we're on a mission to bring an inventor back to Kalaman? Why don't we take a detour and go kill
I mean,
some
he's
scouts
going.
we just
He's
heard
going
about?
back.
He's going. We completed our mission. Tick.
Now we get extra
Also,
credit.
let's kill some. Extra credit. Let's go kill some scouts.
So
Take out
Beautiful,
some
Rockham.
more.
we'll leave it. There's just this angle. I don't need to reveal. But you do find fairly quickly signs with the 22. And the one thing that sticks out at you, there are two things that stick out at you. One, as you're approaching, you can see where the rocks kind of give in. There's a small passageway that opens up into what would have been a natural chokehold, which would have made this a really defensible position once upon a time. There's nothing immediately jumping at you like there are people here, but with a 22 survival, you do see somebody done made a mistake. They left, very hard to see, a bottle on the side of the wall that has been unstoppered. There's liquid pooling around it. If this was old, the liquid would have evaporated, but the slight smell of really crappy Everclear, some kind of really strong alcohol that has been left here. And with a 22, because you rolled above a 20, you hear the very faint splashes of water. You're not far from the river, and there is a fishing pole that has been left. And in the reeds beside it, you see what appears to be a red dragon soldier, a human, sort of dangling his feet in the reeds. He's, imagine, if you will, a really over-the-top anime cosplayer who, like, went all out. That's, like, what he looks like. He's really decked out and, like, yes, I believe in this mission. He's fully decked out, and you can hear him.
He's a weeb.
He's a dragon weeb a little bit, yeah. And he's kind of going, man, I got dressed, and I'm like, I committed my life to the Dragon Queen, and they have me fishing? Like, I didn't sign up to go fishing. What is this bullshit? And he's sort of sitting on the edge here by the river, just kind of quietly fishing. And with the 22, you definitely hear him murmuring to himself how upset he is with the whole situation. The rest of the camp looks entirely empty. But, you know, there's more to explore.
Am I missing something, or did you say that because she got a 22, she can hear and smell things from this camp?
She can smell. No. This is you guys. I thought you were traversing there. So
it's got extra
we cut
tubes,
to
like there's the telescope, but then there's
no.
like,
What I'm saying is
this
is you walking.
Then we got there, and I got it. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
so you guys got there, and with a 22, you've avoided any creatures or beasts that would have been along the forest or along the way. You guys made it very easily, and the camp was not as far as the goblins thought at all. What's funny is that you do not run across the goblin on the way here.
He's either gotten lost or he just scalped with the money. Or he died.
Or he's already dead. Yeah.
He's already dead.
We can't.
He's told them everything.
So unless there was
They
another
didn't
place
like
you
his
wanted to go,
report.
but like I assumed you were coming here, in which case I
Nope,
put you
we
here.
were coming here. That's good.
Perfect.
That's where we were going. We're going to go scout them out and kill them. And you say that we only see one person out and about.
Yes.
Do not take one of
There
them
are places.
alive,
There are.
Sorry.
Are there places where they could be?
It's a fairly.
Others hiding.
Let me change.
It's a route.
the view.
It's a ruins, but like, would there be places where there could be more, or is it pretty confident to say that there's only
There's
one?
a river. There are. Did this screen just go black? It did.
It did. Yes.
Weird. Nice. Classic. Good. OBS.
It's
Love it.
super dark. We cast darkness.
It's so dark.
The dragon flies out of the darkness.
So
yeah, it's diegetic, guys.
there exactly. There is. You guys are at sort of the entrance, and you know that there are like other broken down buildings. There are stairs. There's like a broken. There are other. There's a tower that's partially broken. Like this is proper ruins.
Yeah. So there are places where others
Absolutely
could be that we're not seeing.
100%.
Yeah.
What is Goose saying? Sorry.
We've got
We
one.
want to take one of these alive, right? Like, it's great if we wipe them all out, peachy. 2, if we can get some kind of information on if they've taken Dad prisoner, that'd be peachy keen, even.
Well, there's one on his own. I can't see anyone else nearby. I think now's the time, right?
Intimidatable, you know?
Yes.
What-
yes,
what's
but he
our-
only needs to call for help, and we've ruined everything. So what's our plan going in?
I think if there's our little goblin friend around, I think Junie probably, or I can. I think both of us sneak up on him, grab him, and
Drag him.
drag him.
I have the old rope trick thing that I can do. I can have that nearby. We grab him, bag him, tag him up into the rope trick, and he can't scream for help from in there.
That's actually a
that's
very
the
good
plan.
idea while we interrogate.
That is
Just in case.
that is good.
Yes.
My other
Or
question
your
is.
thoughts?
Oh yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Yes. Good.
Sorry, did you not hear? Did my sound
No,
not
I-
come through?
No. We heard.
No, I
we-
heard you.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to make sure you were being included in this decision in case you thought the entire plan. You said that part of the plan was a good idea. I wanted your thoughts on the
Oh.
whole thing.
I think it's a good idea as long as Goose and Junie make sure that the creature doesn't make noise.
We'll try our
Otherwise
best.
it's-
My follow-up is, what do we do? Do we just murder him when we don't have the information? I know we're in a war, but
Yeah,
if
we got to
can
figure out what we're
avoid
doing with
being
prisoners
so
of war.
Mercenary.
Yeah.
If he's working for them, he's fair game as far as I'm concerned.
Could drown him. That'd be easier. You know.
Okay.
I
no, if it's-
love murdering people. I'm totally evil.
See, it's fine.
I think that at this point we don't have a place to hold this person.
No.
So we have to kill this person. We can't risk him or her or them going out and informing the rest of the dragon army that we're here.
I agree.
Alrighty.
You
Yes.
hear the splash of, oh, got one. All right. And he walks up in the distance.
Stop
you hear
moving
this.
it.
You hear the sound
Oh.
of fish on the line, like he's fiddling with
You
it.
know what? I could use my trap and catch him. He
The
gets
quicker
caught in
the
the
better. I
rope.
need to plan quickly.
Why does that sound like a euphemism, Junie?
Oh, I don't know. It's just
We just need to make sure he's not yelling out. Does your trap make sure he's not yelling out?
no.
I can
No, it just
if
catches him.
he's I'm not sure if he's as weak as a goblin, but I can do what I did back there and sleep on him. I
Look,
can go a little
let's
stronger with it too. It's
let's
tired me out a
just
little more, but
try.
sweet.
Lyndon, if you have your spell ready, Goose,
I'll be
let's just
ready.
try it the old-fashioned
Yeah.
way.
If something goes wrong,
It-
hit him.
Okay.
It's
Good
easier
night.
to put someone to sleep if they're already a little tired out from battle or whatnot.
Right. We'll get him real tuckered out.
Get him, tuck it out, and I'll put him to sleep.
All right.
Right, let's go.
Goose
Also,
is-
I
Goose
need
and
to
Junie are gonna-
ask, who took the Fargab? Like, is it one person that has both, or did you guys just leave it with Jackalby? Did nobody take it?
'Cause
we didn't take it because
Okay.
we didn't.
specify taking it.
Perfect.
We should have, but we didn't.
We're all
Should-
yeah. I mean, I was
It's-
thinking about ways that I could contact Ollie, and since Ollie isn't in this fucking physical
Yeah.
plane,
Also, didn't he not give it to? He didn't offer that to us. He offered us the
didn't
Nah,
feel
he was
like
just
it was
talking
an
about how
offer.
cool it was.
It was
Just has
cool.
it. It's like, look at this cool thing.
We can grab it when we
We
meet
didn't
up
take
back.
it.
Meet
Yeah,
back
we'll
up with
we'll
him.
get it. Next
That's
time
He
if he's
basically just
up and
walked
stuff.
around his house pointing at cool stuff,
Yeah.
which is how I
I
show
love the
my guests
idea-
around.
I love the idea that Raka
Yeah.
made this item so that we could use it in this fight, and we've totally been like, no, we're fine.
No,
No.
we'll just shout across battlefields. It's not a problem.
We got this without
What's-
the ability to
Exactly.
communicate. It's fine.
Yeah,
Hey, be
how about
quiet. Be
proj-
quiet. Yeah, okay, I got it. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
How about project your voice a little?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
fine.
Every plan we've had has gone perfectly without it. So
Perfectly well. We're all
Yeah,
still alive,
let's-
I assume.
Let's drop
So
this
who's
mofo.
going? So you're gonna try to stealth to him? Is that the plan, Goose?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, give me.
Do
Let's
we
start.
have a pass without trace?
No, we don't. Not without Ollie.
Great.
Give me a little stealth. Are you wearing the plate armor that you picked up?
I am.
So
I'm
give
going
me
to
a-
use Restore Balance as a reaction
Can you
to
be-
cancel the disadvantage.
Okay, go for it.
Nice.
Or you could just go naked.
Just take
I
off
could
your
do like
armor. I
taking
reckon
off-
take off my
Yeah.
armor.
You
Yeah,
haven't,
I
you
think
haven't taken
should
anything
just-
off today. Not
I
yet.
think you should drop another suit of armor. I just think you should do it. You know, it's up to you, man. But I think you should do it. Oh shit, that's high. That's nice.
I got a 16.
16.
That is a 24.
Okay, so you're both stealthing up.
Yep.
Okay.
You see the water travels on my arm because it's still probably raining slightly. But on my arm freezes as it goes, but then some of it continues and like works its way between the plates of the armor to cancel
Yeah.
the noise.
Okay, as you make your way,
the-
it's stopped raining, but it's foggy enough for the fog to act sort of the same way,
Yeah.
where you can crystallize. That's fine.
We might be kind of approaching almost like pincering in as well, just in case, like, you know, one of us can't quite get him.
Goose
If I
keeps
can
doing
get
like
to within 110 feet of him without needing to make a stealth check, then I'll do that and just stay that far back. But otherwise, if I have to make a stealth check for that, then I will also be doing that.
The only reason I would have you make a stealth check, there's a lot of rubble, and it's easy to step on something that would crack or snap or make noise. So you just need to be
I
kind of
just need
careful.
to be 100. I just need to be within 110
Yeah,
feet.
so it's like DC 8. Just don't roll really, really crap.
My stealth is a +2, so with a 6 +2, that is an 8.
You carefully
Wow.
pick your way
Love it.
across, very carefully. And you arrive at the edge of a stone, what probably puts you within enough. Corey, Corliss, wait, what do you do? The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. Corey is not very stealthy. I think Corey is gonna make her way towards that ladder and
You-
get higher ground.
So you will need to also give me a little stealthy check, please.
I don't want.
You got it.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
You know what's
the
you know
ladder,
what's wild?
The ladder is wrapped in tinfoil.
Oh, that's absolutely wonderful. We love a good 10.
Oh, good. That's good enough. You're able to
Absolutely.
climb the ladder.
It was better than mine.
And you're able to get up
Always
top,
is.
and you get a vantage point. From up here, I'm gonna ask you to make a perception check since you have height, and I'll just highlight this thing. I speak 4 languages. I speak French, English, Spanish, and Arabic.
Yeah,
And
all right.
saying
Brag
curry is still the hardest thing that I've had to say like ever, dude. I can't hear it.
Sorry.
It's just
Curry,
so hard. Dude.
curry,
It's just so hard.
curry.
Anyway,
I think it's also because you don't say sorry the way that Corey is said.
How do you
Normal
say?
people do.
How do you say pot?
well, I don't say it like that. I don't know what that was. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say pot.
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 Like pot? Like smoking weed? Like what do you mean?
Okay, all right. Because I'm trying to find
Ah,
any
pot.
sounds in your.
That would be the lexical
know,
set
but
of cloth.
I know how to write it in the International Phonetic Alphabet, but I can't
Yeah.
think of any fucking
That's fine.
words.
What did you
you'd
get for
say
perception?
in your
Cloth.
accent?
I just rolled a 19
Nice.
plus
A Bowser.
3.
Okay, so from
Bowser
up
plus 3.
22 from up
Bowser.
here, you definitely see the soldier who's still fiddling with the with a fishing rod and collecting. But from down here, you see a pot. No, what you see is across the way, all the way up some stairs, the telltale sign of a fire that is in the distance, and the outline of not one, but two draconic-looking individuals. And with a 22, there is a tree that is in the center of their camp, and somebody is bound and gagged to it.
Okay. I send 3 individual messages to my family members.
Right.
As it is a cantrip, and I can do that. I inform them about. Yeah.
Affirmative.
Guy on
A mini map
tree,
appears in Goose's
tied up.
corner of Goose's eyes,
XCOM view.
following
Yeah, you
Corey's
got it.
Can you take picture text in message?
I send you a
Just like-
visual image because Corey
Yeah.
has a photographic memory. AJ does not.
So,
Yeah, or it's just like using the paint
It's interpretive.
so
It's,
with both
you know
of
when
you,
you are in a heist movie and they do that scene where it's like blueprints?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I do. I fucking froth over that shit.
Love a heist movie.
Corey,
Sorry.
but I've been saying Corey, but that's not
Corey.
it. I'm not saying it right. Every time I say, like, my chat is like saying Rackham, it's Corey. I know how to. I understand what
It's
the
not
word
Corey.
is. Exactly, it's not
Say-
Corey.
Corey.
Oh,
Corey.
oh,
Oh my god.
How do you say
Oh.
curry?
Curry? Like
It's not
curry.
curry.
That's the
It's
thing.
not
No, it's
curry.
not. I'm just trying to get close.
Curry, right? Like if I want to get a curry, I go to
Curry.
the not curry,
There's an
curry.
extra R in there.
Marie Curie.
Corey.
I love your accent. It's great.
Now I'm gonna order.
Doesn't matter.
I'm
It
gonna.
doesn't matter.
It
I'll
doesn't
respond.
hurt.
It's
It
fine.
doesn't hurt
Respond
my
to-
feelings at all.
I'll
It's just
respond
like
to Corey,
every time I
Corey,
say
and
it, I have an
Corey. Just-
existential
it's
crisis. It's
okay.
fine. So
I
guys-
want a montage of this by the end of the end of the season.
just
All of
me,
the times
just
that AJ said it doesn't matter, and then proceeded to like correct people on it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You crazy foreigners!
AJ
Such a funny
is so
word.
nice about it.
yeah, I know she is, but the thing is, I know I'm butchering it every time
Yeah,
I
I
open
know.
my mouth. It's okay. I'm gonna name my children Curry so I can practice. Steph Curry, like I don't know. Anyway,
The reason it it doesn't piss me off. It drives me crazy because it's like I feel like I've been like, you know, it was the years of like learning linguistics. It's like I should have the tools in how to mediate this, and I don't. And I can't. And I'm sorry, and it's my fault actually.
Sorry.
Are you
So
sorry?
everyone in
Sorry?
chat,
or are you sorry?
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Rack.
So,
That was harsh.
you're
What about
fine.
like a lorry? Like a lorry? Like a car?
like a snuggle? Isn't that the hot dog? All right, so snuggle time. You guys,
Snag.
it's the same. That's what I said. What you're saying, what I'm
Same
saying.
shit.
You're saying what I'm
We're all
saying.
saying the same
I'm gonna tackle this man.
All right, so
Yeah, I was gonna say this has like been a 10-minute sidebar, by the
stuff.
way.
We are so
Goose
we're so fucking
and Junie
off the chain.
and everybody who wants to get involved, I need you all to roll initiative, please. Which is presumably everybody.
Alright.
Everybody.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
19.
Is that how you tell the delay? You just sing Backstreet Boys
Sing and then see what happens. Yeah.
and have everybody
So
go,
19, if it kind of worked.
Singing
Lyndon,
on
you're
Zoom
first.
Sucks.
Who's-
Excellent.
So 20 to 15.
18.
Nice.
Oh,
15.
initiative.
Yes. Goose, what'd you get?
6.
That sucks, dude. You should be ashamed.
But I said it with 2 syllables, so it sounded like it was
Oh.
a big number.
X.
And what did you get? Corliss?
I got a 10.
It's gonna be very formal now when I talk to Corey.
Corliss.
50. Oh, he's fast. Lyndon, you got a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He is not aware of your presence. So, top of the round, Lyndon, you have, all of you, in fact, will have a surprise round on Mr. Cultist. What will you do, Lyndon?
Wonderful. I am going to cast Sleep at 2nd level and hold it with a readied action.
Okay. Go ahead and roll them dice. Roll
Ready.
the dice.
I'm holding on to the sleep
Roll
to not
them.
cast it yet.
Oh, you're not. Okay, so you're holding it.
Readying it.
Okay, never mind. I misunderstood.
In order to ready a spell, you cast it and then hold on to it, and then I'm gonna cast.
What's your
release
trigger?
the power of the spell. The trigger is going to be. Let's see. After Goose's turn. So
All right.
I don't know what Goose is trying to do, but he said that he would try and soften him up a little bit because then it's more likely to actually succeed.
Perfect. Juniper, you're up. The guy is some distance away from you. I'll tell you exactly how much. He is 70 feet away from you.
Okay.
And he's got his back turned to you, and he is fishing.
Can I retcon the? I don't know if you allow conditional, but if he goes to make a sound, I know we've got the surprise, so he might not. But if he tries to make a sound, that's the trigger.
You got it. You got double trigger.
Yeah, because I just want to stop him making sound. Is that?
You can. What it'll allow you to do is, if you want to dash at him and try to shove him in the water, you could. But that's gonna make a splashing noise. But that's probably gonna be your best bet. Otherwise, you'd have to slink a little bit closer, and the next turn come up to him and try to muffle him. But walking any closer now is likely to get him to hear you because you're getting awful close.
I might just have to, go sneaky.
Okay, give me a little sneaky roll.
Give him a little sneaky. Because I just want to get right up, and like the first action's gonna be to cover the mouth.
Okay.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Uh-oh.
That's a 7.
Okay, as you approach the stone...
I've been rolling pretty hot tonight. It was bound to run out eventually.
As you move, you accidentally step on little twig, just like in that movie scene. Cluck! And you watch as he stops what he's doing and looks over his shoulder. So that's your action was together. You have a bonus action. What else will you do?
Wouldn't it be a movement to get there?
Yeah, I guess.
No,
I'll
she's
just try and
stealthing, right?
dash
She's trying to be quiet,
and-
so she could.
Yeah.
If she's taking the hide action,
Stealth
essentially.
action. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I interpreted. If I got that wrong, tell me.
No, that's
No.
that makes sense.
That's totally I guess I could.
Trumpeting is
I don't
totally
know, I
allowed.
could-
You could do that. Yeah.
That'll be
A
super,
stealthy
super
trumpet.
stealthy. I could try and shoot him in the foot or something, but he'd cry out in pain.
Just go for him, I reckon. But what can you do with a
can't
bonus
use
action?
any- Yeah, I can't do shit.
No
Can't
hunter's
do
mark
shit.
or nothing. Okay, perfect.
I'll run at him.
It's Steph Curry's turn next. All right, so Corliss Hartman, it is your turn. What will you do? I'm gonna. What's Corliss's middle name? We need a middle name.
Yeah, just call him Miss Hartman.
Miss
I will give you a middle name next week.
Perfect.
I haven't thought of one. How far away am I from this man?
You're 120 feet.
Oh, fudge. Okay. You know what? Doesn't even matter. I didn't have the thing that I thought that I had anyway. So, regardless, I am going to cast. I'm going to cast Unseen Servant and get them to throw some rocks around in areas that my siblings are not.
Okay.
Snap some twigs in different areas.
The Unseen Servant appears. What's the range of Unseen Servant?
60 feet.
Okay, where do you want to put him?
I would like to place, so where the sound of Junie snapping the twig.
Yeah. Far.
So how far away is that from me? Where is Junie?
Quite far.
Still,
She's
that's
all
even
the way.
further than 120.
She's
Yeah.
actually also 120 feet, so it's like a triangle.
Okay. So in between the triangle, because it's unseen,
Mm-hmm.
60 feet over, and then I'm going to get the Unseen Servant to throw rocks away from where Junie is.
Excellent.
Look,
So the
to the
Unseen
water.
Servant comes
Towards the
Plop
water.
him in the
maybe.
water.
Oh,
and then
in
he
the
thinks-
water, okay,
like, if he drops a rock in the water, he might think it's more fish jumping. He'd be like, "Ooh."
Or it's an ambush.
And turning around and then.
All right, excellent. Here in the water.
Yeah. So.
There's a pot. Sorry, I just said. There is an unseen.
Now you're getting it.
No, I got it. My English is improving day by day, you guys. I am a foreigner. I don't know English. Very difficult. Us Middle Easterners, you know how it is. So there's an unseen servant that appears and starts chucking water or rocks in the area, and with a makes sufficient noise that the soldier looks from the left immediately to the right. What is that? Oh, that might be the big one. And you watch as he reaches down to pick up the fishing rod to go start dealing with that situation because he thinks it might be the big fish. Goose.
So he's not. He didn't properly see. Juniper.
He didn't see Juniper. He started looking in that direction, but with the unseen servant triggering the large water bubbling, he's curious about maybe finally there's a turtle he's been hunting that might just be it.
Okay. How far away am I from him?
You've been a little bit closer. There's a bigger tree here, but you'll be about the same as Juniper, 70 feet.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to try and get a little bit closer. I'm wondering whether I use my last canceling of advantage or disadvantage to... I think I'm just going to roll this stealth at disadvantage and see what happens.
You're going to try to...
Oh, yeah. 15.
Okay. So you can get a little bit... There's not much to hide behind anymore. There's like a little tree there. And that puts you... So you can move at half movement, I guess. That puts you 50 feet away. So you have 15 feet of movement left if you want. But you wouldn't be hidden because there'd be nothing between you and him.
Could I walk into the
him
reeds?
next round.
You want to walk into the reeds?
Get a bit closer to him that way?
Yeah. Yes, you can. Sure. And you rolled a 15?
Yeah.
He is directly looking like where the water splash over here. So I'm going to make an active roll to see if he sees you.
Sure.
14 plus 3, 17. As you walk into the open tiptoeing, there's an eye contact moment that happens. Where he's like, wait, what?
Hey, you right?
Hey, and at that moment, Lyndon, you see that the cover is blown. To roll for speed.
I say send them to myself, and I used up my first level stuff with the pinch of fine sand. So I instead use some rose petals, and I throw them out and cast sleep. And if he has 28 hit points or less, he goes to sleep. Otherwise, nothing happens.
He has. I don't have his stat up. Hang on. It's coming.
Please,
I very nicely, by the way, I rolled 78 because I cast it at second level, and I rolled a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, and a 7.
Nice, Yahtzee. And with his 22 hit points, the dragon army soldier
Sandman, saving the day,
falls down into the sand that is soft. The beach at his feet, silent.
Falls into the river and immediately
drowns.
It's like, well, there's 2 more over there. Let's try again.
You win some, you lose some.
So with that, we are going to leave it here for tonight, as you see him fall to the ground silently in the sand. He is out cold. There is no turtle. He's sad, but he will dream of turtles as the lot of you begin to surround this poor, unsuspecting dragon army soldier. You do know that at the top there, now you made some noise. What is the likelihood of them hearing anything?
That far away? God, I hope not.
Let's find out. Seems
what
very
is that,
unlikely.
Like 600 feet?
It's far.
Yeah, but they have one of those ear horn things that old men have.
Double that ones. Oh my god, that is
nice.
This is a first, dude.
Snake eyes.
They hear.
He's legally deaf.
Yeah, they hear nothing. They're too busy.
I'm illegally deaf.
They are playing the kazoo at the loudest possible volume. They can't hear anything. So
one of them's playing a vuvuzela.
That's it. Yeah. It's the World Cup all over again. You can't hear a damn thing. For 4 hours a day.
Incidentally, I just the other day, just 2 nights ago, I had a game where somebody with advantage attacked to grapple, and because it's a contested thing, they obviously the other person rolled as well.
Mhm.
All 3 dice were a nat 1.
Yeah.
and so it just came down to who had the greater modifier.
Yeah,
and so
that's
he
it.
attempted with advantage, still rolled double nat 1s and still somehow grappled.
Well done.
Like,
Fucking
he was like, I
Christ.
feel like I shouldn't have been able to get away with that, but I was like, she's
I would have said it.
just as bad at evading as you are.
It
She
just
goes to
turns
evade
into,
and
like,
goes into
slap
your
fighting.
arms. Ah! Just jumps into your arms, and you're like, grapple? Great.
So this week we did have
Embrace.
a submission for the Tailspire Code giveaway. And it's not our usual, like it wasn't art and it wasn't, whatchamacallit, but it was really cool and it was an analysis of the characters from somebody.
Dang.
Talking
Ooh.
about family structure and relevant history.
Family.
So I'll tell you the Cole's notes or the brief. I don't know if you have the what do you guys have in Australia
feel
that
like
sort
it
of acts as
definitely
this? I'm not sure, but I'll read it to you because it was really good.
I don't know why WikiFeet came to mind. That's not even right. What is the-
WikiFeet.
Where I get my
What is
Yo,
that?
listen, I don't need to know about what websites you visit. All right, like
What is
it's
that
okay.
website that you can use that gives you
Wikipedia?
Spark Notes?
Spark, yes, WikiFeet. I'm gonna Google that later
Well,
for.
See, the person
unrelated
I follow
reasons.
on WikiFeet, they write all the Spark Notes on their
On
thing,
their
and
foot.
I can read
Yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
that
That's
way.
how I
Yeah.
studied for my exams in high
It's
school.
educational and
I reckon there'd be a market for that.
Fuck yeah. All right. Well,
Well-
watch my
No, miss,
plugs
I'm
at
just
the
on
end, people.
WikiFeet. I'm not cheating.
Yeah, you're gonna see a new
So,
Ellen K. Graham
Jay,
one profile pop
oldest
up.
oldest sibling female assumes the role of a mother figure after the death of their mother. Shows signs of bitterness and pragmatism due to the responsibilities she has taken on. Feels a significant amount of stress and burden which has prematurely aged her. Despite the challenges, she demonstrates love and care for her family. I thought that was nice. G, second oldest sibling, male Goose, reacts to the family situation through rebellion and seeking independence. Leaves the family and engages in risky behavior, becoming a rock singer and committing burglaries to then return to the family farm later. Oh, rock singer. Outwardly appears cheerful and lighthearted, potentially using this demeanor as a mask to hide his inner struggles and rejection of responsibility.
What? No, incorrect.
Fraternal twins C and L have a strong codependent relationship, seeking closeness with each other, culminating in the development of a shared original language. Dress alike and sometimes even pretend to be a single person, emphasizing the similarities. Maintain some distance from the rest of the family, potentially as a means to reinforce their bond with each other. Harbor resentment towards their younger brother for taking away their mother, in quotations, although they acknowledge the logical nature of these feelings and still love their sibling. And finally, O, youngest sibling, naive, kind-hearted, and soft-spoken, fiercely protective of his family and exhibits a strong bond with nature and animals, struggles with the lingering resentment of his siblings, feeling guilty despite his gifts and talents, naturally gifted, which creates a dynamic with the twins who work hard to achieve what comes easily to O. And one of the favorite parts that I have in here, which is the relationship between Juniper and Goose. They have a strained relationship due to the contrasting ways they respond to their mother's death. Jay took on additional responsibilities and matured quickly, feeling burdened by the duties G abandoned. G's rebellion and evasion of responsibility may have caused resentment in Juniper as she had to shoulder the weight of the family alone. So this goes on. It's a really interesting document that's been written. It's like 2 pages.
Damn.
But I thought it was bang on,
good
and
job.
I appreciate it, and I'll put it in Discord
I
for
feel
you guys to see.
roasted in the group chat.
Yeah. And I thought that was really
Prematurely
cool.
aged her, like she's been hit with a Jacoby stick.
Yeah, exactly. Multiple times. This was submitted
Sometimes
by
life does that to you.
Life's
Wilda
just
Watts.
one big old Jacoby stick.
So Wilda,
Thank you so much,
congratulations.
Wilda.
I thought that was great, and I'll be
Good job, Wilda.
reach out to me in Discord, and I'll be shipping you that lovely Tailspire code. Congratulations.
Whoop, whoop.
For those of you who,
How
yeah, go ahead.
how do they submit for future?
I
Rackham?
know. Imagine what a segue, dude. You should do this professionally. Maybe a professional DM.
If they also want a Tailspire
If you
code.
also would like to have it, where's the oh my gosh, it's deleted. Nice. Anyway, you can go and you have basically the week to do a recap, a piece of fan art, a analysis like this, a poem, anything that you think is engaging, a clip that you thought was particularly interesting, any way of connecting, and email it to gmrackham@gmail.com. And from there, we will look at it. If there's more than one submission, then we look at it as a team and we go, hey, what do we think was really cool? What do we think was maybe not the best? Or what do we think was, what's first place? What's second place? Everything's first place in our hearts, but we can only give out one code a week. Do so within the week and we'll look at it and then we'll pick a winner and we'll announce it at the end of the next session like this. So thank you, Wilda, for your submission. I really enjoyed reading it and I'll be sending it to the rest of them. And it was a lot of effort went into it. You could tell that, Wilda pays a lot of attention. So with that, as we come to a close today, let's go around the table and tell people where they can find you and amazing content you guys are putting out there. We'll start where we ended last time, which is Ellen. Congratulations being our latest person to be on TV, last person, only person. I don't know how that works, but what's going on?
Hey, I'm sure some of you have been on TV. I don't know. You're on Twitch and you're very, very popular on there. So I feel like
Twitch has TV at the end of it, so that counts.
Well, I was gonna say it's probably more people that are gonna watch this one Australian broadcast channel. So but yeah, if you head on to Wiki, if you head over to Roll to Cast, that's ROLE, subscribe to us, listen to the podcast. Yeah, we've just finished Starfinder, but there are 8 full seasons, each of different game systems that you can now binge and really get a feel for the different systems. Head over to our Discord. We love chatting to people. There's some people who have come from Dragonlance, and it's always lovely to say hello and just chat TTRPG stuff. You can follow me on Twitter at LNKGraham1 and see all the streaming stuff I do. And you can follow me on Instagram at EllieBean96. And I don't know, just check out WikiFeet for when I write people's study notes on the bottom of my feet.
Okay. Well, if WikiFeet doesn't exist, there's your opportunity. Thank you.
WikiFeet absolutely exists.
Does it? Oh, does it? Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Are you being genuine right now, Rackham? Have you never heard of WikiFeet?
You don't know what WikiFeet is?
What the hell would it? Why would I ever? I know.
Okay.
Here, let me pull up my bookmarks. I mean, let me Google
The lady doth protest. The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
I'm happy to admit to all kinds of debauchery, but I've legitimately never heard of it.
I discovered recently that it's only for female identifying folk. I'm quite disappointed that I'm not on WikiFeet.
What is WikiFeet? I have to Google this.
Do you show your feet a lot?
It's a repository of feet pictures of women online,
and everyone gets a rating.
Women.
A friend of mine, she's on TV a bit. She has a WikiFeet, but it's rated really low, and she's like, "I'm not happy that I'm on there, but I also like."
I also want my rating to go up. So
this is
I saw a skit from a YouTube comedian that I love, who did a skit exactly about that. About like it's her and another female friend just being like, WikiFeet's gross, right? And then they're talking about it, and then they like check each other out, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're on that!" And they're like, "Really?" And then they're comparing each other's scores, and then it ends with them both like taking really nice pictures of themselves and being like trying to up their scores. It's great.
It's one thing to be objectified. It's the other thing is to be thought of as not even a good object.
There is a category
and devalued.
Like there's a category called Feet of the Year. What is this madness, dude? Okay, anyway.
I believe that Rackham has never heard of WikiFeet.
I didn't know Feet of the Year. That's funny.
And if you win Feet of the Year, like it's a big thing, but instead of waving like that, you have to like.
I've learned way too much that I really didn't ask for, so this is perfect.
Stop making fun of this. This is like,
I'm not.
No shame. But pay people for feet pics, goddamn. Don't get them on the internet for free.
Pay them, man. Whatever your kink is, just don't take them from people without their consent.
I don't
great feet.
I don't yuck people's yum, but that's just not. Anyway, it's not for me. But thank you. Well, this is a great segue to Goose. Zach, tell us about your feet and/or where we can find you online.
People who steal people's pictures without their consent. It's a great segue to Goose. Where can we find your stuff online, Zach?
I have a YouTube channel and not a WikiFeet user account. YouTube, Zach Speaks Giant. Twitch.tv, also Zach Speaks Giant. I have a podcast. I have it's all D&D based stuff on Mondays and Tuesdays. I have 2 active campaigns that I'm running right now. One is just a ripoff of the Mummy, and the other is a campaign where the heroes are post officers. I'm having a lot of fun with them. They're a good time. Come check them out. Goodbye forever.
Nice. I'm not shaking my head at you. You said that too early, but I'm not shaking my head. I'm just the comments in Twitch chat. I'm just like, what are they talking about, dude? Anyway, Lyndon, Rob, where do we find you on this? This is what the internet was invented for, obviously. Anyway, but go ahead, Rob. Tell us about
finding me. Yeah.
Yes, finding you.
You cannot find me on Wikifeet because I identify as male and Wikifeet's sexist. But you can find me on any other platform of your choice, essentially. Robert Hartley GM. I'm on a lot of them. If I'm not on there, let me know, and maybe I'll make an account for myself on there. Robert Hartley GM. You can see me in the chat there as well if you want to click on me. I stream on Twitch a lot, D&D related things, TTRPGs. I'm a full-time professional dungeon master. I'm also the DM for a comedy group called Viva la Dirt League. Go check out that stuff on YouTube. We're coming up to 350,000 subscribers on that channel.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah, pretty exciting.
That's a lot of feet.
Cool. And dude, this is
feet.
ruined me.
One would
This
say
is
somewhere in the vicinity of 700,000 feet.
AJ, please save me from all this feet talk. Jesus, save me.
Hello.
Hello.
My
Are you a
name is
professional
AJ
DM?
Winters.
Yes.
I am a professional dungeon master and world builder from Winter's Tales, the company that I own and run. And you can find me on most social media at Winter's Tales Co. or on YouTube and Twitch at Winter's Tales. Yeah, we unfortunately had to rain check world building tonight as I have received a headache after that crying scene earlier in Dragonlance,
no.
so I need to rest. But you can see me 4 other times this week. I'm going to be in 2 Jasper's Game Week streams this week, one on Friday, one on Saturday, a player and a dungeon master, so you get both kinds of version of me. And then also on Sunday, I'm going to be doing some more Cartograph, which is a solo role-playing game made by the Ravensridge Emporium, with one of my co-stars, one of my players from the Chronicles of Eowyn. And then I'm also going to be guest starring on Dice Legends on Sunday as well. I have not got a confirmation time for that. Got 2 possible games I might be in. I might be in both. Who knows? I'll send you the details for that if you want to know. But yeah, that's, you can see my face all week.
You were on the promo that Vahid was throwing out earlier today, so I think he might have confirmed you and not told you.
I am in a game,
but you don't know
because
which
the promo
one.
doesn't give
There was a time on the promo.
So, thanks to all of you guys for coming and hanging out. Chat, thank you for being here, for the subs and the bits and all that. That's very welcome. And the follows. This week, tomorrow, what are we doing? We're probably doing Chat Plays D&D. We might do a run of Dungeon Spire. I'll make a pitch out to the greater world. If you have, and I've bothered these people enough, but who knows, maybe. I'm starting a stream not this week, but soon on Wednesday evenings of a campaign. Another one sort of like Dragonlance, but a homebrew setting that's meant to come in phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 kind of idea with a world that's evolving with them. I think I've locked down 2 players for this short phase 1 sort of game. So if you know content creators and like, hey, they would like to play it, let me know. Maybe they like D&D, maybe they're a nerd like me. That'd be cool. Otherwise, thanks to you guys so much for being here and hanging out.
Hi. Have a good one. Goodbye. See you never. Goodbye later.
All right. Take care, everyone. That was painful. Bye.